Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our Starfinder campaign. Joining me are my friends. I forgot to introduce myself, but joining me are my friends, Matt, Dan, Olive, and Ari. I am Joe Treff, your DM for this and most other evenings. We're going to play some Starfinder, but before we get started, a couple of things. First of all, you probably noticed we look a little different today, and that's because for Dan's birthday, which is not today, we have no idea when Dan's birthday is.
I'm closing in on it.
But yeah, we're slowly using
we
context
should set up
clues.
a sting where he has to pay for a case of beer and we just ID him.
It's your birthday. Or we could just steal his
I
wallet.
am aware of this thing.
Anyways,
I'm just gonna steal his wallet one day.
5 years from now.
it is Goth
Black
Night
Lives Matter.
here at Albron RPG in honor of Dan's birthday. And this is what Dan has interpreted as Goth Night. And so I think it's important to just recognize this spectacular sight.
Hello, my beloved fans.
Yeah, so that's happening.
Oh god.
So other things before we get started, we have a couple of quick announcements. You can use bits and channel points to support the stream in very direct ways.
Talon.
The way in which Talon's back. Welcome back, Talon. We're glad your computer works. Let me just
Are we?
switch this? I am.
I don't know.
It's
It's
Goth
Goth
I
Night.
love all those woes.
Wait, what?
Channel points and bits are both ways that you can support the stream. They impact the stream directly during Mosaic Team 5. You can see the rewards and amounts below. We also have social media accounts at Albron RPG. Instagram is the primary one that we have, and you can use that to see all kinds of maps and things like that, like this. We have a whole bunch of different encounter maps that happen and handouts and things that are hard to see on these cameras. And so at Albron RPG on Instagram. We also have a website, albronrpg.com. And then tomorrow night, we are going to be playing D&D at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adventures in Albron, Courts of Everest, Session 7, I believe, already. Yeah. So, and it won't be Goth Night then. So don't worry. And then the final announcement for music, sound effects, everything of that nature. You can hear what I have listed here as Western music. Pump that for a quick second. But Sirenscape is a digital tool set that you can use to add sound effects, like the sad trombone, and all kinds of things to your games. So
What's the most gothy sound effect you have for today?
just on hand. I didn't set up a bunch of new ones. I have a Wilhelm scream.
Do you have a crow or a
Give me a
raven?
second here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so I don't know if I do. I do in the Albron Master Sound set, but one of the things about Sirenscape is that it splits up sci-fi and fantasy sound sets. And so unfortunately I can't access
There's no
them
crows in the
across.
future.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah. But I have a cell that can open, but it's very quiet. Anyways, there it is. Sirenscape digital tool set that you could use to add sound effects like that cell door closing to your life. And with that, we can jump right into our recap. So close. Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, you split into two groups after a little bit of back and forth planning that saw Gibbs convinced that they were the right rat for this job. After timing the patrols, Echo and Shade raced forth, with Bubs preventing Gibbs from entering into the prison cells. After timing these patrols, Echo picked the first lock effortlessly, allowing the pair of androids to slip inside. Meanwhile, Bubs, Gibbs, and Spice waited in the vents, some more patiently than others. Spice probed the minds of a slumbering Woyoko, who was dreaming of the deep oceans and places from his planet. Bubs, you sealed off the door with ionic tape to keep Gibbs from entering, as Gibbs continuously tried to make their way in. Echo and Shade, you raced forward still after the next patrol passed. But here, Echo found themselves unable to pick the locks. And as these patrols approached faster and faster, Shade, you used your exocortex to reach into the security system and turn the lights off, plunging the entire max security cell block into darkness. Security spread out. The Asoki with macrocephaly covered for both of the androids, allowing them to move on past the cell. Somehow, you managed to avert suspicion, and with Shade turning the lights back on, convinced the GPF it was a computer issue. That is, until you tried the exact same trick twice on a trained military organization. Sensing something wrong, they posted robotic guards at the exit and began to search cell to cell, beginning with Mari. As another pair searched around where Gibbs, Spice, and Bubs all hid, you almost made it. Until Gibbs, scared in the space, let out the faintest toot. And with the GPF soldiers now looking up the vent towards you, that is where we begin this evening, and everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative. Let's change the music to something just a little bit more
Oh my god, kicking off Goth Night with a nat 1.
Nice.
Literally,
Big fan.
literally lose, all my dice are cursed.
Okay.
Fuck my life. Oh,
Ooh, like that.
Does Echo get an initiative?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind rolling for Echo.
I don't know what Echo's.
Echo got a natural 20.
you're
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Nice. So plus it doesn't matter because it's a natural 20. Way to
Reggie's
go,
fast
Kara.
as fuck.
We're proud of you.
Great job, Kara. Oh yeah, also Kara's not joining us this evening. We miss Kara very much.
She's having real life romance.
Yeah, Kara's having real life romance. So
We only have in-game romance.
Just as good.
Anybody natural 20, Echo starting us off at natural 20, 25 to 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right. 20 to 15,
18.
18 for Shade. Okay,
Well,
12 for Bubs, Gibbs.
A nat 1.
Natural 1, right.
Could you tell me where the guards go?
I can.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
I love this.
Shade, what is your initiative, or what is your dexterity modifier?
My dex modifier
Yeah.
is +4.
Ooh.
That's high.
Okay, so the way that this works out. Starting us off with the 20 is Echo, followed by Spice, followed by the guards, followed by Shade, followed by Bubs, followed by Gibbs.
all the guards,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robos and Prisnos.
they all always won.
The robos are part of the guards,
Okay.
and the prisoners are going to go at the second initiative order 20. So
Okay.
they go basically at the end of the round, but it helps for me to have them at the top. So, all right. So, Echo is going first, and with Echo here, I believe. So, Shade, what was your stated kind of goal from this point? And so that everybody can see, I'll pull up the combat cam.
So if I remember correctly, we don't know what's happening with them.
Yeah.
Correct.
Our plan was they were going to check the rooms, so we were going to try to somehow sneak across, avoiding the 2 robo guards to get to Mari's area once they had gone further down. I'm pretty sure that's what we had decided.
So what we'll do then to make this a little bit easier for Echo, we'll have Echo hold their turn until it comes time to use their skills in a way that's functional, and they can kind of just follow you as this combat progresses. And if it makes sense to branch out, they can branch out. So hold on that turn. That brings us to Spice, and then the guards are next. Spice, you look over and you hear this faint, and then you see Gibbs like try to pull back a little bit. The flashlight goes up, and you see the flashlight hit Gibbs right in the face. What do you want to do?
Spice is going to silently clap her hands together and whisper some words with her mind into the guard who saw Gibbs's mind and cast Daze.
Okay. What kind of saving throw is that?
Let me see.
The guard in
Gotta
the
pull
middle,
this
right?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a will saving throw.
16.
Oh, you failed!
Nice.
So what happens?
So unable to take actions, but taking no penalty to AC. So you just can't take an action.
Okay, fair enough. Could you put this on that person?
Are they CR4 or higher?
You do not know. So, that is Daze, and you see all of a sudden as they look up, you reach out with your mind and blast the sort of beginnings of the mental components that you can feel exist. They kind of stagger, and you see the flashlight shudder a little bit. Anything else?
She's kind of hoping So she's like, maybe if I time it right, maybe they'll think they saw something in the vent and they'll be confused and not know what it is and it's not us. Bonus action or swift action, I kind of forget what it is in Starfinder. Going to reach out with her mind to Ranklin and Melvin over here and be like, cause a distraction! But with her mind, not out loud.
Okay. No problem.
And then I can't move, right? Or can I? Yeah, no, I'm not going to try to move in case it makes sound.
Okay.
She's just going to freeze.
So you reach out with your mind, you cast Daze, and as you see the flashlight of this guard sort of shake and wobble, at that moment you use your swift action.
They're within my range.
No, absolutely. They're within your range. Sorry, what did you want to do with your swift action?
She telepathically reaches out to them and just screams in their mind and says, "Make a distraction! I need help!
Okay.
Get these guards out of the vents!"
And so you recognize that already having sensed these minds around you using the Lashunta telepathy, you recognize that they receive that. And whether or not they're going to do anything, we'll see.
Okay.
But anything else, Spice?
No, that's it. Frozen.
Okay. That brings us to the guards.
Gives a dirty look, but that's it.
No problem. So the guards up near the front still not quite aware that anything has happened. And I'm going to move from the top down. So Shade, from where you are at the moment, you can see these two robotic entities. You haven't really seen robots quite like these before. They're not androids, and nor are these consumer-grade robotics. They definitely have weapons of some kind, and you see they currently seem to be at this kind of scanning state where they are on the lookout and probably posted specifically at this passageway. Kind of moving your eyes further, you can see the last guard hasn't quite made it around. They were the ones that directed the robots over to that place. The rest of this guard group has walked out of your sight, and you can hear them talking
into Mari's cell.
You can hear them talking to Mari. They begin to kind of like say something. The ones that are closest to you, the one that is dazed, that gets dazed, they stagger, and you see the flashlight swish down a little bit. It's a bold strategy. So at that, you hear from below them just go, "What happened?" The flashlight swishes back up, and then all of a sudden the grate near you illuminates as they point their weapon up as well. And you can hear the one that you dazed just staggering a little bit, unable to take actions, but not unable to talk. Just say, "There's someone in the vents." And I would say at this, you hear this little ting. Give me 1 second here.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, perfect.
Uh-oh.
So you are about to hear something happen. And then you hear, "Wait, just cook it first." And then a second goes by, and then another. And then suddenly you see this little shape, ting, 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 just kind of ring, and it rolls right in front of you, Gibbs.
Oh, fuck.
And you've seen grenades before. You know what this looks like.
Oh, fuck!
It lands right between your legs, right in your lap. This grenade just rolls right in front of you with a natural 20. It doesn't deviate a single inch away. And this is a contained space. Channeled such as it is. Go ahead and make a reflex saving throw.
It doesn't go off, like, it doesn't take a round to go off. It goes off immediately.
Yes. That's what
actually,
cooking
these
a
dice
grenade
rolled
does.
in that one.
So, Spice, make a dexterity saving throw. Take a +4 conditional modifier. You're far enough away that this is a little bit less impactful for you.
You're looking for a reflex save?
Yeah.
Yes, reflex save.
15.
Whoa, I threw that dice.
15?
15, all right. And Bubs, you as well, as you are in these vents.
I do not get a +4 conditional modifier.
You do not. This is right in your lap. What was yours?
I got a 21.
15.
21. So 15 for Gibbs.
No, 15 for Bubs.
Yeah, didn't you get a 15 as well?
Oh, did you?
I got a 15.
Oh,
Yeah,
15.
okay.
But you have a +4 conditional modifier. Did you
Yeah.
add that?
For what?
For being slightly
you're-
farther
you're-
away than me.
Oh,
It's like
okay,
you're,
so
you're like
19
8
then.
feet away.
Yeah.
So no problem. As it rolls for just a second, there is this like slight click, and you wince and you wait, and then as it explodes, there is no huge explosion or shrapnel, but gas fills this whole area, and you begin to choke and cough while you are within the space, and this fills the vents here, and you hear like the fan, And so this will slowly get pulled away. But in this space, you cannot breathe. This is some kind of choking agent or tear gas. And so at this moment, that is the guards' turn. And I would say at the very end, you notice like the guards begin to react to that sound. But that is their turn. That does bring us to Shade.
The robots are just holding there.
Yeah. So their turn, they have no idea what's happening. Flavor-wise, they're like turning as
They're
the grenade
doing,
goes
like,
off, but they didn't know that there was anything happening.
Okay.
So it's kind of unrealistic that they would take their whole move action,
Yeah.
and swift action to respond.
Right.
So no problem. That does bring us to
To me.
Shade. Bubs, you're on deck.
So, how much did I just hear, and like what can I put together on what's happened? Because I don't know if I would do anything about that.
So you hear a grenade go off, and it doesn't sound like there is fire. You don't hear like the rain of metal on metal that shrapnel would provide, but you certainly hear a commotion. Things are happening very quickly, and so you don't really have a whole lot of context.
I'm going to try to obscure myself as much as possible and hide. And then I'm going to wait until the robots make a move before I try to go out. Because the lights are still off. It's still dark. But I'm guessing that the robots probably don't have, like, they can probably sense things in the dark. So
I don't know.
So I'm gonna not make a move just yet.
Okay, no problem.
I am going to. I guess there's nothing I can do in the. Yeah, no. I guess I'll ready an action to, if the robots start making a move towards us, try to overload the one that's closest to us with my exocortex.
Okay, so you're holding your turn essentially, but then that's the kind of trigger for that to act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if they go in the opposite direction, away, to be able to like sneak out to get over to Mari's cell without them noticing. Basically, like if they move their position, if they go this way, follow behind them sneakily to get to Mari's.
Okay.
If they come this way, get ready to overload and fall back.
Okay, so you're waiting and reacting.
Yeah.
No problem. So we'll hold off on that. That brings us to Bubs. Bubs, all of a sudden smoke fills the air as this grenade goes off. And you would imagine there's probably more stuff to follow, but what do you want to do?
I have my helmet on from before because I was thinking I was
Correct,
gonna
yeah.
sneak in. I had the glamour suit on, projected to be like one of the GPF soldiers. I'm gonna take out of my bag an environmental mask.
Okay.
Fire mask, and I'm going to hand it to Gibbs
Okay.
because I imagine she does not have a suit on.
Correct.
So at this moment, you reach back and in your like fanny pack, your tactical fanny pack that Bubs is known to have,
Yeah.
you detach this environmental mask
Lovingly crafted for you.
and you use your swift action to just pull it over Gibbs's face.
Yeah,
No problem.
Yay! We got a wheel.
and I think that's I can't declare it action.
Yay.
Oh, did we?
Got a
Yeah, we
wheel for bubbles.
Oh no!
Wheel. That's good.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah. I think I don't know if we've been discovered yet at this point fully.
I mean, I threw a grenade at you. So.
Well, they said there's someone.
Yeah,
Someone.
No.
or
that's
something. I don't know. We don't know.
So what are you doing?
Can I hold an action still at this point?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold an action to drop down into Gibbs's, because I can share a space with Gibbs. Drop down into that vent space and fight that guy
Okay.
who's dazed.
So if they are being hostile towards Gibbs, that's what you're going to do?
I'm gonna say the trigger will be if Bubs thinks this is going to become a combat situation.
Okay. Gibbs.
Can I insight how believable it would be if nothing happens based on this grenade? Now that I'm in like, can I insight how likely I am to get out of the situation without combat?
I would say you don't need to roll for that. Combat is happening. Somebody just threw a grenade.
Okay,
at you.
okay. Can I? So okay, I'm in the grate. The guy's in the cell. Door to cell is open.
Correct.
Is guy wearing mask?
Yeah, so you fought people with very similar armor. This is like a full body plate armor. It has that like expressionless black visor.
Is the grenade at my feet continually making my atmosphere awful, or?
It's just exploded this
Okay.
gas, and so you'd imagine for several rounds it will probably remain like this.
But I'm fine. I've got a mask on now.
At the moment, yes.
I will telekinetic projectile the door to slam it shut, cutting this guard off from his team.
Oh, I should.
Okay.
And it's still got the tape on it. So the guard's seen me. I will drop down and tap the door, locking me and the guy in the room together.
So, telekinetic shove. That is an action?
Telekinetic projectile, yeah, as an action is shut the door.
Okay.
I can fling an object weighing up to 5 pounds at a target. So the at a target would be closing the door, but it won't do damage.
Okay. So I would say you can certainly do that, and then you're using your movement to drop down, and you're using your swift action to try to
Touch the
zap
door.
that. Okay. What is just as a spell, telekinetic shove? Is there a weight limit to it?
Telekinetic projectile. You fling an object weighing up to 5 pounds at the target, making a ranged attack against its KAC. So it's usually more for like an object, and has how I've used it.
Yes. This is a prison door in a maximum security prison. This is a heavy object, and so unfortunately, as you reach out and try to swing it, you can hear this little, and it just kind of shifts a little, but it doesn't move.
Reach out, close the door manually.
Unfortunately, you've used your action.
Okay.
You've used your swift action.
Damn it.
So I guess my action would trigger at this point.
Because I drop out of the grate. And
It's up to you. They haven't attacked Gibbs yet. They're
I feel like in Bubs' mind, she's using her like kind of like telekinesis, and it seems like she was trying to like try to throw the door at them or something like
okay.
that.
Yeah, sure, no
So-
problem. So if you want to, you can absolutely drop down.
As a
And at the end
free
of Gibbs'
action,
turn.
Bubs is, before he jumps down, he's going to communicate to Shade. We're in the fence. I think the situation got hairy. I think they've spotted us. If you could do something, to block their signals or something, I'm gonna try to stop this guy. And I'm gonna drop down. And can I grapple this guy? Like try to do like one of those like around the mouth, like try to muffle him.
So remember, the vents, Gibbs and this person take up this entire space.
Oh,
These
but
vents
I can share
very,
space
very
with
narrow.
Gibbs, but
Now you can
Right.
drop into either of the other two cells. However, only one of them is open to the space. So you would have to open those doors, and you remember that was tough. What would you like to do, Bubs?
what happens if you do share a space with someone else? You just can't.
You can't. So in the same way that you can't physically force
Okay.
more into a volume, and there's
Yeah,
like-
okay.
But you
You-
could stand on top
You
of
could.
him.
You could like stand on them if you wanted
The
to.
space above them.
Or you could yank him into the
Yeah, I was just gonna
vent.
say, can I do that? Can I yank him?
You're gonna try to do like the Batman, like
Yeah.
pull him up. Yeah.
Spider-Man,
So go ahead.
talk about
this is gonna
God.
be
Of all the
this is gonna be
people-
grappling.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your grapple check.
And I'm trying to do it with my hand around his mouth. to
Does he
try
get
to
a
silence
conditional modifier for the surprise attack?
him. Ooh, that is a
it
17.
Ooh.
Nice. We love a high roll.
Plus
like
what, Joe?
10, right?
So that is I can't remember. You do grappling. You've done grappling before, and I know it's something plus their CR is the
Yeah,
is what
it's
you have to
minus
beat.
8 plus my my bullshit. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So,
I should have asked if the door is more than
Starfinder.
5 pounds.
I think mine's
Probably.
I
plus
would've
11.
known.
So
I specifically
17 plus
mentioned it a couple
11
times,
is
though.
28 minus 8, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And what is so the DC though?
the DC is like the CR of the enemy times.
No, I thought it was
1.5.
my roll minus 8 plus my modifier.
against KAC.
Yes, I believe that's what it is.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me just check.
I know it's minus 8 because that's what makes it so difficult to actually have.
Okay,
One day I don't bring
Let's
my
see.
core rule book.
Grapple.
no worries, no worries.
I got it. Yeah.
Starfinder.
Let's see. If the result of your attack roll equals or exceeds the target's KAC plus 13, the target is instead pinned for the same duration. Let's see.
Where's the
You
8?
must have at least one hand for your target.
You're thinking of Bull Rush, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So no problem. As you try to reach down, and in your mind, this is going to be so cool. You're going to like grab them up and save Gibbs. You reach down, and Gibbs is like climbed halfway on them, and they're like Gibbs is really fallen on top of them, and so Gibbs is between you and this
So I
person.
rolled a 28, though.
Yes.
Does he beat that?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's their KAC plus 13.
Damn. That's why it's so hard to do.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So you reach down, you try to grab, but Gibbs is just covering this person.
But you're still
and it's
hidden.
kind of tough to grab. So, anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
Alrighty. That is Bub's turn. That brings us to. Sorry?
It might actually just automatically happen, and then they need to use a standard action to attempt to grapple you or escape with an acrobatics check to break free.
Yeah, I think that.
And then it says, if the result of your attack roll equals or exceeds the target's KAC plus 13, the target is instead pinned, which is a higher level of grappled. So it's just a standard attack action against the base AC to grapple itself.
Against base AC, right.
Base KAC.
You choose an opponent within your reach. So this is going to be, you make a melee attack against the target's KAC plus 8. So that's what
Okay,
you're
so it
talking
is
about.
plus 8.
Yeah, okay, it is plus 8.
And then that is how you start the grapple. And then in terms of escaping, I think that's what you're talking about.
Okay,
Or
so
there's, if you do KAC plus 13,
it's my
it's
28
like
versus
pinned,
their
which is
KAC plus 8.
So,
Yeah.
if it's KAC plus 8,
Come on.
that would be 28. So that's meets it, beats it.
You got it.
That's
Oh,
good.
yes!
So you just barely, as you grab down, Gibbs is like going all over them, like trying to drop down, and like her paws are just in his eyes,
hands over
trying
his
to like
mouth.
get over the visor. You drop down, and there is no mouth. There is like a full helmet
Oh,
over this,
yeah.
but you grab, trying to get around the mouth. You get around like the helmet, and digging your fingers in, you lift him up off the ground with Gibbs still on top of him. Gibbs, suddenly you're like parallel with your gas mask on, 2 Bubs, and this person is like trying to like pull this away from them.
What are the rules with movement while having someone grappled?
Moving while have somebody grappled normally has certain rules. However, you're holding somebody's entire weight over like an opening, and they're fighting you, and Gibbs is on there. So at the moment, you cannot move.
Okay, sounds good. All right, that's my turn.
So no worries. That is your turn, Bubs. That does bring us to the very, very end of the round, which is Gibbs, I believe.
No, so sorry. That was Bub's held action. Gibbs's did her turn.
Right. Gibbs,
So
that was you.
now we're back at
Top of the round.
top of the round
So-
with Prisnos.
Right, and what we're gonna do here for the prisoners. Mari doesn't have any of her.
Also,
gear.
I like that you got the mini for this guy.
Yeah, he was there last week. So
he?
Yeah.
If you can go ahead and take the Yosoki that you were with, Shade. You see this small Yosoki, Socrates, with the huge head. He turns and looks around, and as a free action, he looks at you and he says, "Have you opened the locks yet?"
Did I open them yet?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. So he turns and he says, "You have 6 seconds." And he begins to like run. And for him, it's kind of like a little limp. Can you move him like 20 feet further forward?
This way?
Yeah, he's not real fast. And so he's like, "Cover me." And then he just starts like slowly hobbling away.
Basically comes around
Isn't his
from
leg
the
messed up
back
too?
and is
Yes,
like,
that's why it's
Yeah.
so slow. This is half
he
of his normal
dashing?
movement. Yes, he's
That's his dash.
so he's very his leg is I think it was
he
in his file.
fell
It's broken.
down the stairs like
I thought
16
that guy
times.
was broken. Oh.
And he's got a big head.
There's been a couple of things. So, anyways,
He's like
you can
Jimmy
see these
Neutron.
2 robotic entities beginning to turn and react, but that is their turn. Most of the other prisoners at this moment are not really doing anything, and Spice, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like screaming out into the darkness randomly is working super well to motivate the prisoners.
Oh shit, I forgot that I was his mom.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
Forgot about that.
didn't work super well. You don't really see them react. You do like hear beds shift and move, like they're awake, and that catches their attention. However, that is, I believe, all of the prisoners that can act at this moment.
Mari,
I'm
this
running out of
guy,
spell slots.
Fishbowl Head, these 2, Ranklin and
Yeah, they're all still. Most of them, except for
Zorp.
that guy, are still locked in.
Zorp.
So that is the prisoners. That is going to bring us, because Echo is holding until they have something to do, Spice, followed by the guards.
Fuck. Okay.
Gibbs drops down. Bubs looks like they're about to grab Gibbs, and as they pull up, it's like the whole guard and Gibbs
It's
on
like
their shoulders.
catfishing, but
Yeah.
I'm
Reach
the
your hand
bait.
down, and the guard's like just all down the mouth. Yeah.
So there's 2 guards, right, by us?
Yeah, there's one below you, actually, who's gonna probably start reacting this turn.
And that is the other door that is unlocked. It's
So I'm a little bit confused about where I stand in position from the door versus. So if I jump down, can I go into the
you would be
cells?
moving through their space to do so, and so they would likely stop you. You could try to force your way through. Absolutely.
I think I think only the middle door is unlocked.
Only the middle door is like open and unimpeded. Well, was open and unimpeded. Now there's a Gibbs GPF soldier hybrid blocking the way down. But you that door, if the guard is in there, you would imagine they had to unlock that to get
Okay,
in.
yeah, that makes sense.
So that would be open. I kind of forgot that they were in the room.
yeah.
So that is open as well.
So she's going to. She reaches out with her. She goes into his mind and claps her hands together and casts Daze on this
Nice.
guy.
Okay. Just throwing dazes.
Yep.
Days for
Please
days.
don't
Oh, that's not
Hi.
good. 11
Nope.
fail, right?
Daze. Okay, swift action.
This guy, wait, I got
Oh,
at
you
it.
can just switch
Blop,
it
blop.
over.
So swift action, she's going to pull his helmet over his eyes so he can't catch what she looks like.
Okay.
As he's dazed. Movement, gonna use my full movement to pass through him and out the door.
Okay.
Because the door has to be
Into
open
here.
because he would have opened it.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. So no problem. What you do is, as you cast Daze and you reach out, and this psychic shock seems to almost stumble him back, you drop down, keeping your legs straight, and with your heels, you drive his helmet all the way forward, putting your weight onto these like small contact points. It's a full head helmet, but it just goes shoom, like into the neck piece, and so the top is now down over like where their nose would be. So they have no neck. It's just kind of like shoved into the armor. And as they try to like push you away, you just step over them and move out into the space.
You like walk along their back. Yeah.
It is. Do you have dark vision as a Lashunta?
No.
It is dark, and so as you run out, you're like, shit. You see a few flashlights in the distance moving around, but aside from that, it is quite dark for what it is worth.
She's like feeling against the wall.
So where are you moving to in this darkness?
I make it out the door through this passageway and just around the corner.
Okay, no problem.
That's where I am.
So you make it around the corner, and at
wanna
this
be on the
moment,
left or
you
the
know
right?
you're heading in the direction of Melvin, as you have contact with him.
wait.
Yeah, you want to be
Wait,
on
I
the
want to be
right.
on this side.
Okay.
And also, I'm
close.
going to lean up against the wall, so if they turn around, they cannot see me through that passageway.
Okay, sure. So right around the corner. Okay, so as much as you can, you are kind of out of sight. You're still in the hallway, and so that it'll be tough to hide it with
I
flashlights.
assume they're preoccupied.
Anyways, not to worry. That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to the guards. So as Socrates rounds the corner, these robots turn to react, and they certainly are going to. Give me 1 second here. Gotta find my
They also
robots.
have flamethrowers. They just.
So they don't. They seem to have this kind of weapon, and as they pull it up and they begin to stomp forward, can you move them 30 feet forward? They're going to try to get into base contact with Socrates. And so the first one can get, I believe, to 5 feet away.
4.
Right there, right?
25,
Yeah, I believe right
or
there.
20. Yeah.
30. So
30.
if they can get closer,
so
they will.
They can get right
And so the
there.
other one is going to move. They're not going to get quite as close, but they're only going to move 30 feet and get as close as they can.
2 more. Yeah.
As they raise up these robotic appendages, you see the weapon beneath has almost like, it looks like a tuning fork sticking out, and it comes from these almost box-like appendage. It's like a bullhorn almost. And as it begins to vibrate and ring, all of a sudden you can see Socrates begin to like avert their head. This is a
Does
sonic weapon of some kind.
My readied action stopped that because I had readied my action
To overload?
to overload the one that gets close.
Okay, so if are you using that on this weapon?
Yeah, on the one that's nearest this guy.
So they ring it up, and this pit tuning fork-like appendage begins to vibrate, and in that moment, you trigger the exocortex, this like held program that you had built, and as this electronic missile almost unleashes on them, you just see the tuning fork begin to stop vibrating and then spark briefly before completely going still. That doesn't seem to work. However, the one further back is going to take a shot with their pistol. That is going to be a hit, absolutely.
They're like full metal men, right?
Yeah, fully metal. There's no organic components here. So you watch as Socrates is going to take 10 points of sonic damage as all of a sudden this vibrates and it hits them with this sound that to you, you know when you're at the dentist and you get the drill to your teeth, you feel it in your ears even from where you are. Even though you are not the one hit by this, and you see Socrates just gets knocked to their knee. The prison uniform that they're wearing, you see stitches begin to pop. This is a violent sonic blast. However, that is the two robots. That brings us to the guards. Hearing the grenade go off, all of the guards except for the one that is furthest away are going to begin to run fully in the direction of that explosion. So the three there, if you could move them 60 feet. Oh, sorry, if you can move them 50 feet, the heavy armor slows them down. There we go. And then the other one, if you could move them in front of Mari's cell. From around the corner, Shade, you can just kind of hear them begin to talk, and they just say something like, you don't have anything to do with this, do you? From the other side, you can just hear this like little snicker, and there's no response. You hear a clang as they like slam something on the kind of metal door. Mm-hmm. But that is, unfortunately, I think, all that those ones can do. And that brings us to our two friends over here. So first, the one that is like being grabbed by you, Bubs, they're going to try to break free. That's like what they have to do. Yeah. So go ahead. This is what? This is against your...
They make a grapple check.
This is KAC plus 13.
Mm-hmm.
Against my what?
Against your KAC plus... well, it's KAC plus 8, and
plus
it's
8,
against your KAC plus 8, so you don't have to do anything.
Oh,
You
mine's
just have to add
38. No way, he got it.
I mean, hang on.
There's a chance.
It's a very, very small... It's not a natural 20, but it's very close. No, that's not going to make it. So they try to grab on, and you can hear this as they try to like break this grip. You're like holding the helmet, and in this moment, as they're unable to break free, you watch their hands begin to travel. Suddenly, it's like they have an idea, and they begin to move towards the back of the helmet. However, that is their turn. The other one is going to...
He's dazed. This guy?
Yeah, that just means that they can't take actions, though.
Do you have a second dazed?
Oh, no, this guy's undazed.
Yeah, the other guy's
He's undazed.
No, I know, but I was going to put it on the tree so that Joe could see.
Oh.
I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. That will work.
I'm going to put it on the guards.
Yes. Which one?
It's on the other side, under spice.
No, they can't do that. Okay. Unfortunately, as they are dazed and they only have, for no reason would they use a fire extinguisher in combat.
They're missing their chance.
They're going to kind of like slump over against this, and like a little shocked by this, they're kind of unable to do anything effectively. That's actually pretty powerful.
Yay!
So that is their turn. That kind of sucks.
Woozy.
That brings us to Shade, followed by Bubs, followed by Gibbs. Shade, you hear footsteps running. You see that person around the corner, and these robots bear down on you. What do you want to do?
Okay, so hearing this fucking dude, god damn it. Can I use my exocortex to unlock the I had found the lockers that are like along here.
Yeah, so they're like almost like little cubbies. They're not quite lockers, and they're built into the wall. And you can see that there are 12 of them, the number that match the cells.
Mm-hmm. But they're electronic locks, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Can I unlock all of them?
You can't just like have them all swing open. You would need to do it one at a time. You could do 6 in a turn.
There wasn't anything controlling them.
You already have these ones unlocked on that side, so can't we just...
Not trying to unlock the cells, the lockers.
Yeah.
The cells have mechanical locks.
Yeah, the lockers that are holding his coat that he wants.
Gotcha.
And all the other cool shit that I want. Okay, so I guess on this turn I will unlock the 6 for presumably 1 through 6 side.
Yep. And so it's controlled by the sides. Yeah, no problem. So as you in the exocortex, you picture this almost digital greenhouse that exists on this vast landscape of moving impulses and electronic blips, and you twist the flower pot that symbolizes the node that represents these 6 lockers. And almost as one, they just open, and you see the doors swing open. And there is certainly stuff amongst several of these lockers.
And I have their affects in their files that I had downloaded.
You had seen them, yeah. So you know which ones to go for. And they're labeled...
by the person.
Correct. Well, they're labeled by cell number. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So he's just going to go to the first one, which is presumably, well, if it's left to right. But,
Yeah. So you run up to the first one marked MS01.
I'm not going. I'm going to cover now as he continues to move, because he seems to be totally unfazed by the fact that these robots are coming at him.
Unfazed is a strong word.
Well, but like not really caring about the fact that he's going to get his butt whooped by these 2
Giving
robots.
no fucks.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my move action to trigger my what's it called? I forget, the mobility.
Okay.
As my adaptive fighting feat, and then I'm going to use my standard action to shoot at this one with my ice rifle.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll with this ice rifle. This is the first time, right?
Yeah, I had pulled it out in anticipation of having to use it the last time we almost got into combat, but we narrowly avoided it.
for literally minutes.
Ooh, that's a 25.
25. 25 is a hit. That's against... Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a hit.
It's cold.
It's against EAC, but that's a hit.
Cool. It's going to be 8 points of cold damage.
8 points of cold damage. Very nice. And that's against that robot?
Against this guy.
Against the robot. All right. No problem. Anything else?
Free action, respond to Bubs. Get ready to retreat.
Okay, so you hear that come through over the comms. No problem. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Bubs. After you hear this blip across, you're like holding on to the struggling GPF guard. What do you want to do?
Can I drag him over the grate of the locked room?
I would say go ahead and make an athletics check if you want to do that.
I'm imagining...
I think there's actually a maneuver.
Hold on, before I do that, it does depend on the question. Since these are like solitary confinement rooms, are there like locks on the inside for a guard to put his key in and open his way out?
No, so there's locks on the outside.
Okay.
Oh my God, you and I are lockstep right now.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do whatever that thing that you were just talking about, Matt.
So it says reposition. You change the target's position to a different location still within your reach and within 5 feet of its original placement. You move the target 5 additional feet for every 5 by which the result of your attack roll exceeds the target's KAC plus 8, but all movement must remain within your reach. You cannot move the target past an obstacle. If you reposition a creature as a full action, you can move a distance equal to the distance you positioned your target
Make an attack
up to your move speed.
Can I reposition or do I have to drag?
You can use a full
it is
action
reposition.
to...
It's the same thing.
Yeah, you can use a full action to...
Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him down into that room.
Yeah, and so what the roll, depending on how high the roll is, you may be able to move them further or shorter.
Yeah.
Or not at all.
That is a 13 plus 11, 24.
24. And that has to, and how much does it have to beat it by?
It can move 5 feet, and then it's 5 additional feet for every 5 above the KAC plus 28. Or
Sorry,
plus 8.
I just got really distracted.
It's really, it's a lot.
That is unfortunately not enough. As you try to shove them, it's enough so that you're able to move them 5 feet. You can't really so you're just trying to shove them down?
Yeah,
you realize that all you have to do is just let go.
No, into the lock
the
cell.
one next. He's trying to.
Oh, I see what you're trying
right
to do.
here.
Just shift him. Yeah, that's too
So
low.
can I move him 5 feet? Can I just let go then?
Yeah, no problem.
Does he fall through?
So if you're moving him 5 feet, he's not up in the vents with you. If you pull him up, that's 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's so
You
you
can
like
bring him up
yanking
into
him
your level, but you can't move him. Well, actually, it says you can move him within 5 feet of your original place.
Correct.
Yeah, reposition.
And so that's
he's
either
moving.
5 feet in either direction, but then the drop is the next tile over.
Right.
So it's in mechanical terms, it's like one space
like 10
out of your reach. Yeah.
So
It's
you
a
can
foot
move him
away, yeah.
one space now.
So there's
and
one
then
space close.
Yeah,
Position.
next turn I'm gonna drop.
Because you still have your grapple.
So you grab on and just holding on to the rim of the helmet, you yank his entire physical form up into this vent system.
Yeah.
You slam him into the top and it kind of bends the vent, and you slam him into the bottom and you get ready to like throw him to the side and down.
Yeah.
But that is the attack. Anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
Alrighty, that is Bubbles' turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, from where you are, all of a sudden the person is just yoinked away.
Yeah, well, I sort of get caught in between and start to like skirting around, dropping my form into the original thing, like letting Bubs sort of like detach him from me. Seeing Bubs' really great idea was like, yeah, I have my glowing green bean can. So I'm good and not fucked up by the fact that there's no light. So I'm going to take an attack of opportunity to leave the space of the guy if he wants to.
He's not. I would say he can't. He can't really see you from up in the
Nice.
vent. So yeah,
Beautiful.
he's
So then I skirt the dirt, and then I just close the door,
okay. Yeah, no problem.
and I make sure it's locked. I like,
So this is one of those things where it's designed so that it can't like you can't close it and have it not lock.
Yeah.
So as it shuts, there you hear the and it's certainly closed.
cool.
Oh, don't die.
And so I close this guy into this.
Okay.
So he's now locked in.
Yep.
And then I use my little green bean can to. Oh wait, can't break up movement. So I will just be there.
Holding your can.
Holding my can, but in my pocket, so it's like a little bit like shielded, like a lighted lantern.
So you're trying to make like a hooded lantern with your pocket.
Yeah, and so I will help, like, do. I don't know if this is helpful or hurtful, to be honest, but I'm trying real hard to not give you, like, not fuck you up. But to sort of, like, guide my way, knowing that Spice is there, and I don't want to, like, illuminate her in my
Sure.
shadow, but.
So what you're doing, you like yank open the vest, and there's a place where in this vest originally there was like a spot for an ID card to go in, but you just jam the green bean can in there. There's like a crinkling sound as you have to crush it, and it just shines like a little light out, and you can kind of control it by moving the vest around.
And then,
you use that to kind of guide yourself over to the
is it
left.
an action to shut the door?
I would say it's probably a swift action.
Can I use an action to shut this door, too?
Yeah, you can use an action. I would say
why?
probably
I'll
not.
I think
yeah,
it's-
you'll
I
be
think it's
stuck and you
broken.
have to kill these guys.
I think it's broken too. I don't think it's
Oh,
even
okay,
shut.
yeah, you're right. I guess I wouldn't want to abandon Bubs there.
You can take him.
Well, no, the doors are. We can't even lock it anymore because the door is broken.
You're right, the door is broken. Okay, so shutting that doesn't actually do anything. So then I will just imbue. All of my things, all of my spells also cast light.
Damn.
Like Wisp Ally casts light. So I will say encouraging words to Spice.
Through the darkness, you're just like, you got this. No problem. That is your turn, Gibbs.
You got this.
That brings us to the top of the round, to the prisoner. So Socrates, getting shot by this thing, his head goes down and he just goes, ugh. And he turns and he just goes, I said, cover me. And he turns and like
what I'm
hobbles
fucking
back
doing, you
forwards.
stupid
You see he
motherfucker.
gets to this thing, although it will,
2.
it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. Ooh, right. Okay. So as they like
It's
skirt
still
by,
his weapon is still the
his
robot's
pistol
weapon is still overloaded.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, he doesn't just have one weapon.
But
The
can
other
he
hand, you can see as they bring it
Takes a
up,
whole movement
it
to
isn't
switch.
a hand,
Yeah, it's built in.
a robot. It has built-in robot, built-in
Built-in
weapons. It's called integrated weapons. And so as you see the arm lift up, it looks almost like just a block of metal. And you're ready for them to like take it and just clobber Socrates. But what they do is they point, and as Socrates begins to run, how did he run out like this? You watch as this strange weapon that you have not really seen before strikes Socrates, dealing.
How am I supposed to cover you, guy?
Ooh, man, dealing 16 points of
Running up onto the front lines.
bludgeoning damage as this releases a huge, like a gravity well, and it seems to almost push them 5 feet forwards past that locker. And you see they just kind of no.
Oh,
Socrates.
here.
And so Socrates, their hands about to close around what you can see to be like a yellow plastic parka. They are away from the locker and now just a little bit beyond its reach. That is Socrates' movement. Can't break up movement. He is now in front of 3 and 4, which do
Wait,
not have
that
any.
stops his
Do you
movement?
have the list of things?
I do, yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I don't
he-
remember which ones are
I'm sorry?
which.
So he moved, provoking an attack of opportunity that pushed him.
So he could now, in theory, like use the dash action to move further, but it is sort of disadvantageous for him to do so because he's surrounded by people.
Right.
So it's not so much that he can't move, so much as that he can't move in a way that would not hurt him.
Okay.
And so he's not gonna. So he's gonna kind of wait there, and you can see he begins to like lunge towards his locker, but that is his turn. For the others, I guess Mari would probably hear that. Okay. So you hear this slam as that guard seems to slam something against the door.
What we think is the guard, maybe Mari.
And then you hear another slam. And then you hear, I would say, Spice, the echo through this place. You hear Mari's voice just go, "Oh, shit!" As like she seems to maybe not quite do what she was trying to do and rolls a natural one.
No!
That is Mari's turn.
Oh, no.
Bad.
That is going to bring us to the others. If you could move the Woiko up to the door, I would say all the prisoners at this point are up at the doors trying to like see what's
Including
happening. It's
Sleepy Boy?
dark, including Sleepy Boy. Yeah, they were actually one of the very few that was awake. But they're all at the doors.
Oh,
That
right,
is the
'cause he was
prisoner's
like, hey,
turn.
let me out.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah.
You're like, no, you're not helpful.
Wait, but does this guy realize his door's unlocked?
No, absolutely not.
Damn it, Melvin!
You just woke people up and they're in the pitch black. There is no context.
He doesn't
to,
like push on
what's
the door and is
happening.
like, whoa!
Not so far.
It's actually a pull door.
Yeah, all those prison pull doors. No, then you could barricade it shut. You don't do
Oh,
doors
yeah.
like that. I think a lot about my rooms. Okay, so that is the prisoners. That brings us to the top of the round to Spice. Spice, you hear Mari yell out, "Shit!" What do you want to do?
She's gonna go and then see Gibbs and go, fuck! And then she's going to full dash. She's going to come across here, feel in the darkness against the wall over here, feel for the unlocked door,
Okay.
and go, before she opens it, she's going, baby, it's me, step back! And then open the door and just fall into this guy.
Okay, so you like rip the door open and you fall into it. He's wet and a little bit slimy. The skin is very eel-like, this pink skin, and you can see like the spots to it.
Well, we can't see anything, right? It's dark.
I would say, yeah, that's a
could
good point.
probably
You feel it though. As you grab it, it's almost like they are covered with at first what feels like some kind of a cooking oil, and then as you try to pull away, it sticks a little. And this is certainly like slime. What covers them is very similar to what emerges from like a hagfish, and so it's very gross, ropey as you like pull your hands away. But you yell, "Baby, step back!" And that is certainly what you do. Anything else, Spice?
She says, baby, step back! But also, shh. And then she, well, as she gets up, she goes, shh, it's a prison, babe, don't freak out.
Okay. That is what happens. We'll see how that plays out. That is Spice's turn. That brings us to the guards.
Oh
So,
shit, I'm standing right the fuck there.
You are. So
like,
the
can of
two
green beans.
robots going
Wait, did
first.
Echo do anything?
No, I said let me know when you want Echo to do something.
Oh, well, I feel like
Oh,
now that
shit.
we've been fighting, Echo would have made some attacks at the very least.
So then that would be the part where
I
you
didn't-
tell me that Echo
I thought you
was
said
going to do
that
something.
they were going to engage when we started doing stuff.
No,
I didn't know
I'm
I
doing
was
way too much to
controlling
control Echo.
it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just didn't know I was controlling Echo.
Okay. So is Echo doing something?
Pew pew pew.
Yes. Using whatever Echo attack Echo would use.
Do you have a sheet for Echo?
I don't, but I know what weapon. I know at least one pistol, and so that's unfortunately what's going to happen.
She's
That's what
got a
happens
pistol,
when you
yeah.
miss a session.
I'm thinking maybe Echo can just go around and unlock doors instead of attack.
yeah.
That's probably a good
I was
idea.
gonna-
I also
So
just rolled a
maybe
natural
Echo-
too.
Maybe Echo uses their full movement just to
Yeah, I was gonna on
skirt
my
all the way
turn
around here.
tell
Yeah.
Echo
This
to
guy, maybe?
do that as
No,
a
this
free
one's
action.
unlocked. All these are unlocked.
No,
No,
that one's
no,
not.
that
This
one's
one,
not.
only this one.
Only
They
that.
unlocked the
And-
belongings lockers, not like the doors to the
So
cells.
like Echo would not care about that guy. Echo would care about Mari.
Mari?
So
So if Echo was
But you'd be taking a lot of attack opportunities. That's the thing, though.
no, because
Well,
only
going-
one.
So I think for this turn, Echo should just attack.
Yeah.
yeah.
and
That does make it
because
simple,
that
'cause
So no problem.
because
So
we are
it's been
engaging
conflict
these
a lot.
enemies right now, and so I feel like Echo would probably try to cover the dude.
No
as he
problem.
said
They
to.
take the attack. This is a huge mess, as it is a natural too, which really I feel like is in the spirit of Kara.
It really is.
And
Unfortunately.
that will bring us to Spice. Sorry,
well,
that
I
was
just-
Spice's
yeah,
turn. We
no,
we took Echo's turn out
so
of
it'd
order.
be
It is the guards. Right. Okay. Thank you. All right, the robots. You see that robot like shake this weapon and it begins to vibrate again. Overload
Nice.
only lasting 1 round. Looking past Socrates now, they see you fully armed and they're definitely going to engage you. You watch.
Do you say yes? Because they engage you.
I hate that. Could you take the other robot and just push him into base contact with Socrates?
Nice little ass.
Yeah, I took the
What?
offense.
Yeah.
So
It
Shade,
tickled me.
as they swing this huge bludgeoning device, does a 17 hit your KAC?
Mine?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nice.
So they swing this, and as it hits the wall in front of you, you can't see very much. It's no light here, but as it slams in, you hear the metal warp and bend, and there is a secondary of pressure as it releases something. But that is its attack. The second one is going to go in and try to punch/swing Socrates into the desk. That's a natural 19, and so you watch as they swing Socrates.
How's Socrates looking?
Not great.
Oh, jeez.
Is going to take another 8 points of damage, which is putting him close to the 40s already. And as he like runs, you watch as he has pushed 5 feet forwards, another 5 feet away from his locker. That is the robots. That brings us to the one in front of Mari. You hear from this individual, "Yeah, there's a window, idiot," and then another clang. The 3 that are over closest here are gonna move around the corner, and Gibbs, though you are hiding this little light, it is literally the only light
Yeah, I
source in
know.
this space.
Darn it. Fuck.
And so there's like a stop, and then like the like clatter as they all stop their momentum, and then you hear like the weapons lowered, and then fire, and then there is
Do they
a
have
number
30?
of
Sorry,
attacks
do they have a
against
speed
you.
of 30?
They have a speed of 20.
Oh wait, they don't quite get. So not all of them get to me.
Okay.
They were here. So 5,
So then
10,
roll-
15, 20.
They like
Oh, yeah.
5,
don't
10,
even make the
15.
corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so then shift them back.
Oh, okay, I just. Sorry. No.
No, it's okay. You put them on the corner, and so I just assumed.
Yeah.
I have really
I
bad
thought,
perspective
no,
here.
I thought
and
they
the-
were 30, so
and
that's
the
why I
glare
did
and
that.
stuff. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
So with 20, with this heavy armor, they're not quite able to get to you.
Okay.
So they are gonna.
But I
they will.
hear them.
They will dash because they don't
Yes,
see you until they're
correct.
around the corner. And
5,
so
10, 15, 20.
yeah, and so they're gonna go right there. That is them, and then the final 2. So there's one who is just like locked now in this chamber.
Yeah, this guy's locked, and he's no longer
He's
dazed.
no
Something
longer
with the
dazed.
lock?
Huh?
This room?
No, we like fucked
No,
around with it.
there's tape on it. There's still
Okay.
the tape, but it's not
Here,
active.
This one's got the tape on it.
So you hear as they try to like open it, and then realizing that it's shut, you hear like the jangle of keys,
Yeah.
and then you hear like as they tap it into a non-existent lock from this side. They've never spent time in this solitary cell, and so you just hear them swear, and you don't speak. You just speak human languages, boring languages. So something in a different language. The one that is being choked by you,
Yep.
Bubs, is going to again attempt to break this grapple.
Gotta be a 38.
That's gonna be really close. That is a 31.
Yes!
Yeah, I don't think they can break out of your grapple.
Grapples are really
It
good.
has to
I
be a
didn't
natural
realize
20,
this.
I think. So yeah, but you have to hit it first, and that
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
tough.
The hit is
So you grab onto them, and now they're like pulling their way. Their fingers get into
Yeah.
the drop down. They try to pull, but you're holding on too tightly.
Yeah.
So that is going to be, unfortunately, all that they can really do. They're pretty trapped in there. That is the guard's turn. That brings us to Shade, followed by Bubs.
Cool. So I'm going to use my swift action to drop my rifle to the side,
Okay.
and then pull out gravity gun and the blade,
Okay.
Kasatha. No, not the Vesk curve blade that I have
Okay.
Yeah.
as a move action, and then attack this motherfucker.
As an action.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your attacks.
And then also,
What are you attacking with?
exocortexes. I'm gonna attack this time with the. I guess gravity gun, seeing that they have similar technology.
And you would imagine it would provoke an
To
attack
try
of
and-
opportunity if you were to move him away from Echo.
Yeah, and also get some distance between us.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And then I'm going to use my Exocortex's action to use overload on, or sorry, wireless hack on this thingy over here.
The security console?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it starts flashing, which is a feint action, which I'm going to do beforehand to get these guys
Okay, so
off guard.
If you're overloading and
It's not overload. It's
Okay, I got you.
the
So that's a
wireless
flavor of
hack,
it.
which
No
is
worries.
the move action. Yeah.
No worries.
It makes a computer make distracting
As a move
things
action?
as an Exocortex's standard action using the move action.
I don't know that you can use the move action with the Exocortex. We'll have to look at that. But for now, that's fine. So
It's we'll get it. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure it just has a standard action. You
Right.
cannot use standard actions to utilize move actions. I don't think. But we can look
Okay.
at it. So no problem.
But yeah, so it's a feint,
Make your attack.
and then yeah,
Or roll your maneuver first, I guess.
ooh, nice. So it's the DC, or they make a sense motive. If their sense motive skill bonus is 15 plus 1.5 times their CR, then yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool. Because I got a 34. So
Yeah. So he turns around and just goes, "What?"
and so they're flat-footed.
Oh, it's a robot.
Yeah, the robot is now flat-footed as I make my attack.
So this is a mindless creature. And as such, I don't think that actually will distract them. They have no capacity for that.
To be distracted by like flashing lights and motion.
Yeah, especially because they're not seeing like in the visual spectrum.
Okay.
Um,
Well, then I'm gonna just make the non-flat-footed attack. I
okay.
guess.
Yeah, go for it.
That's with the curve blade is an 18
An 18 against.
against KAC.
So it clang right off the metal, unable to pierce.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that was against the
Slashing.
it was with the gravity gun I had said
Okay.
because I was trying to push it away.
I need you to tighten up your
Sorry.
turn just a little bit. 'Cause I'm killing you right now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just there's so many different actions with you and your exocortex.
Yeah. So that's gonna be 24 to hit.
Okay. With a 24
push
against
it back.
EAC, that is going to hit. And so you watch as you burst with the gravity gun, it shifts the metal form back about 5 feet.
Is it-
Echo will take a shot with the hail pistol, which. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a hit.
Echo!
All right. So the hail pistol spits out this really low temperature bolt that seems to crack into the metallic structure of this creature. Where are my robots? There we go. Every little bit helps. That is the provoked attack from Echo. Anything else, Shade?
That's it.
All right. Bubs. This guy squirms in your hand. What do you want to
I'm
do?
gonna do exactly what I said I was gonna do.
There you go.
Drag him, or reposition, whatever one is.
Yeah, make that attack roll.
And he would be here if it works.
That is a natural 20, baby.
Yes!
Natural
Birthday
So you take him
20,
and exactly,
even though it's not
yeah.
your real birthday.
You take him and you just drag him over and inverting him. You drop him straight in his head down into this thing, basically pile driving him into the solitary confinement cell. He slams down into the space. You hear like a crack. You imagine it probably deals a little damage to him.
Nice.
Anything else, Bubs?
What else is that like a free action to drop someone or like dragging someone? Is that a move action?
No, so that's an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point I can just move then.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna move, drop down, and be right next to Gibbs.
Okay.
You see me with my green bean can looking at the three guys coming up the
Yeah.
way with flashlights. I'm probably lit up, right?
Yeah, right now it's like shoo, 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 all the flashlights. Like as you get around the corner, the flashlights are all now on the pair of you.
Nice.
All right. That is Bub's turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, suddenly Bubs runs right next to you and then lights all over you.
Yeah.
What
So
do you
I
wanna do?
hear the clanging, and I feel good that Bubs is in my vicinity. So I will cast Hurl Force Disc, because these guys are all nicely lined up.
Yeah.
Hold on. 17 to hit the first one.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Against EAC?
Yeah, against EAC.
Oh my god.
And so as you fire this out, you can see this is heavy armor that they're wearing.
Why even attack?
And this force
Because I'm
disc,
squishy and
this
that was my
little
last spell
element
slot.
of your earwax somehow unable to pierce this heavy armor. You just hear it like ricochet off of all the ceilings and walls.
Cool. That was a big miss.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you later how much you missed it by. That'll make you even more sad.
This week's been too sad. I will instead. Well, I guess if Bubs is here, I don't have no reason to run away. Can I imbue Bubs with anything in my swift action? Probably not. Then I'll just go attaboy and pat him on the ass.
There you go. That it instills you with whatever that instills you with. So that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the round, to the prisoners.
You can't see it in the darkness, but Bud's face is like very red.
The person that is with you, Spice, you like dash in, you're like, it's me, and also it's a prison break. Shh. You feel their arm move up and like push you away. Their hands like webbed, very strange feeling. But as they push you away, they just go, "Who the fuck are you guys? What are you? Why is it dark? What's going on?" And then they kind of like use their movement to just stand up and kind of like push you off them a little bit, pull themselves to their feet. In the darkness, you can almost like hear them straining to see. But that is their turn. That brings us to Socrates, who is going to
Lock it up.
Yeah, he's going to move 10 feet forward, which is actually not going to provoke an attack of opportunity because he's not leaving the melee range.
Right.
Nope, other way, because he was pushed away from his locker. Like he was pushed past it. So go, yeah, right there. And so he reaches forward, and now you watch as he grabs out this yellow rain slicker, like plastic parka. And you can see he like throws it over his shoulder. He's bleeding at this point. He's not looking great. But you also watch as he pockets a pistol. And then he is going to turn, and he looks like he's ready to start running back. But that is his
Towards
turn.
us?
Yeah. Mari is going to have some really muffled shouting, a lot of swears. And that is all of the prisoners who are currently able to act, which brings us to
Does
the...
this guy say anything? Is he making any like?
Not at the moment. They're quiet. So that is going to bring us to Spice. Spice, what do you want to do?
Spice is going to be like, "Don't freak out. We are here to help you escape." And she's going to reach into her pouch and hand over her survival knife to
Roll
Melvin.
D20.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck. Please be good, I think.
Not bad.
Okay, well, do I add anything?
This is an attack roll
No, why would I be attacking?
because you're just thrusting a knife into the darkness.
Okay, so, well,
Well, it
It's
depends what
pitch
ending
black,
you dress-
Yeah,
and
no.
you're in a very, very like narrow confines. So this is really like, are you going to nick him with this knife? So
well, I rolled an 8, so...
yeah,
I
so
thought
you
you were,
like
like,
thrust it out, and you
scissors
hear this
ends.
like scrape as you scrape the knife against the wall. There are sparks, and in this moment, you see fear in this like slimy creature. They kind of like back up a little bit. They just go whoa, 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 and as a free action response. Anything else, Spice?
She's gonna go, "I'm going to try to tunnel through this wall to get to, Ranklin. Do you want to help me?"
Okay, so yeah, this is a free action. You know what?
Come on, Melvin, be useful.
They seem a little bit too confused in this moment to respond,
Okay.
but they're not attacking you for what it's worth.
Nice.
Anything else, Spice?
She's going to, as her move action, pull out her swoop hammer, swing it up over her head, and start whacking into the wall against.
Okay.
to get through. Her intention is to tunnel through to
How
Ranklin.
much concrete is this? 2 spaces worth of concrete?
It is
feet.
steel, my friend.
Oh no!
And so remember how I described it?
Can
Floor
it
is
never
steel,
not
the
get
walls
through
are
it?
steel, the ceiling is steel.
It's
There's
like
no
a
drop
solid
ceilings in this
block of
place.
steel.
Yes,
Guys.
this maximum security prison is very much
Steel is-
a block.
So are we
It's
saying I
It's a
can't
block of
tunnel
steel.
through this?
No, you certainly can. It's just
Get out
it's
your
much
blowtorch.
stronger.
Well, my
It's gonna take a long time.
But
dab
as
rig.
you're like, yeah, we're gonna bash through this. You pull out your hammer and slam it, and there's a slight bend, but it hurts
Your
your
wrist
hand.
Ugh,
That's metal on
fuck.
metal.
Okay.
So, no problem. Anything else,
I thought it
Spice?
was concrete.
What she's gonna do, she's gonna go,
future,
ooh, that
baby."
didn't work, and she's going to close the door but not lock it.
Slam. Ooh, that hurts. And then you just shut the door. As another free action, you just go, "What the fuck is going on?" As you-
Told you the fucking prison break! What don't you get about that?
That was a lot of different things that happened all at once. That is Spice's turn. That brings us to the guards. So these two robots.
What the fuck are we gonna do with these 3 guards?
The first one is going to
Fight 'em.
slam into Socrates. If you can just push them 5 feet forward so they're
Better
against the
help.
wall.
I will.
Thank you. That is actually going to be a miss.
Nice.
And so this thing slams, and it's almost like Socrates slips a little bit in his own blood at this point, kind of beginning to run down his leg, and that causes the weapon to whoosh over top, and you hear the of energy disperse. That is the first one. The second one, who is kind of pointed at you now, you pushed him 5 feet further away, so he lowers this tuning fork-like weapon at you, and he's going to fire. That is not good either. That is going to be a 16 to hit against your EAC.
Miss.
And so as you hear this high-pitched resonance in your mechanical parts before it even fires, you throw yourself out of the way and you see concentrated sonic energy vibrating the air as it streaks past you. It hits the steel. You hear this like horrible grinding sound, and it's just sonic energy displacing off metal. But that is both of their attacks. That is going to bring us to the 3 GPF guards who are all down here. They see Bubs, they see Gibbs, and Gibbs, you are the glowiest. And
Can they
so-
see Bubbles though? Because it's dark.
Light? No, they
With
use
the
their
light from
flashlights.
Gibbs and the
It's
flashlight.
reflecting off of his.
Yeah.
So could you
his
move
helmet.
them literally 10 feet closer? Yep. And so as like they're all advancing, and you can see in these individuals, they seem to be holding these very similar rifles instead of pistols, but these tuning fork-like weapons, all sonic weapons here.
Oh shit.
And as they lower them, you're going to be taking 3 attacks, Gibbs.
I have the trauma of the sonic drill and how like ill that made me.
Does a 29 hit?
Yeah, okay. My like stuff's under 14, so.
So a 30 hits as well.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And a 31 hits as well. I
Yeah.
rolled. Oh wait, sorry. That's I think even higher. It's 19. So sorry. Does a 19 hit against your?
Yeah,
EAC? Yes.
everything's under 15, my friend.
Okay, so that's all. They're all well above 30.
I'm very
except for that
squishy.
first one. So no problem. You take 3 shots, and the first one, as it hits you, all the piercings that are in your ears, and there is many of them, they whine as if they are being ground against with drills, and you feel it in your bones. And then the second one strikes you, and the third. You are taking a bunch of damage, my friend.
This green bean can has not helped you.
No, the mean lean green beans are not helping. Damn.
It was such a good idea for me not to be like penalized by darkness. but-
14 sonic damage from the first.
Yeah,
9 sonic damage from the second.
yeah.
And 13 sonic damage from the third. Just blast after blast after blast, and the elements within your body begin to vibrate. Your equipment begins to almost vibrate apart. Your bottle, you almost swear that you can hear a little.
You keep bringing that shit up, Joe.
That is the attacks against you. That is all of the guards. That brings us to Shade. Shade, what would you like to do?
I'm going to use a full action to gravity gun, pull the one back into range, and try to stab with the other.
Gravity gun, pull into range, stab with the other. Cool. Make an attack roll.
Yeah, and then
We're starting with the gravity gun, and then we'll go to
free
the
action. Say to Echo, go help Mari.
Okay.
Okay. So Ooh.
How much does your gravity gun pull him?
Back within range. I mean, I just pushed him out of range, so.
Oh, was he there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so that's gonna be 17 for the first.
17,
well,
unfortunately. Against KAC?
This is the gravity gun, so EAC.
17 meets a pizza.
Nice.
So as you hit,
Okay.
they dig EAC. This is the robots.
The robots
EAC.
are squishy.
As they dig in their heels, you are just barely able to pull them forward. And there's this shriek of metal on metal as you do.
And then, I guess, yeah, second attack with the stabby is 25
Yeah,
against
that hits.
KAC. Nice. So that's gonna be how much damage? 10. Okay. Oh. That's 6 slashing damage.
6 points of slashing damage. Dope. So you slash into
And
them,
these-
and you
robots
see a little
back
bit of
there.
spark, a little bend to the metal, but not too much. They still seem to be in pretty good shape. Everything else
and
shade?
I think that's it. That's my full action.
Alrighty, no problem. In response to that, Echo is going to move, and as such, they're going to they will provoke one attack of opportunity. They're going to run by that first robot, and as they begin to pass Socrates, although actually, let me take this attack of opportunity first, real quick. Ooh, that's gonna be close.
I could probably go with it
24?
all the way around and still
24, I
make it.
believe, is a hit, and so Echo.
She's got hella speed.
Yeah, there's no way.
Echo does
Echo
take 6
can make it
points of
probably
damage
all
going
of them.
around. But as Echo gets right to the first robot, Echo turns and you barely hear this because Echo is moving so fast, Shade. But to Socrates, they just say, "We will extract you." And they swing their legs and they're going to attempt to first.
Oh, pick him up.
No, they're going to try to. So they're going to try to make a what's it called? A trick attack. The way that this is flavored, they're trying to kind of like swipe at the legs to knock this person over and give Socrates a little cover.
Okay.
So first stealth check. That is not going to make it, and so that part isn't going to work. But the attack roll is going to hit.
Wow.
So look
Okay.
at that.
She never gets those.
50%. Yeah. Trick
I'm-
attacks are
I feel like
fucking hard.
I'm
Yeah.
doing a good job being Carrot.
Yeah, no, she always says it and it never works.
Okay. And actually, though, as that hits, that does do a little bit of damage to this robot.
Nice.
And all of a sudden, that first robot, you see the first couple sparks begin to move out of the joints. They seem to be a little hurt. But the Echo now continues to run, and they run and run and run. They actually, because they did that little maneuver, they can't get quite that far. 5 feet back, I think.
Back,
No,
yeah.
other way, other direction. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And so they begin to move, and you see as a blur, they begin to accelerate now. But that is Echo's turn. That was based off, I believe. Give me a second.
I had free action told
Right.
them to.
And so that brings us to Bubs.
Yeah.
Gibbs, you're on deck.
Bubs is gonna comms everyone, saying, "Where are you guys? I'm about to fight these 3 guys. I need help." Hoping people will read it.
Okay.
And in Bubs' mind, having just done like a super Batman thing,
Yeah.
he's thinking like, "I am
No, that's Bubs.
Batman." In his
Definitely
mind, to
that's
build
Bubs.
himself up, he says, "I am the knight." And with his hammer, the glow off, he's going to go up and strike one of these guys.
Okay, fantastic.
If only we could do like a swing attack and hit all of them.
Actually, I'm just gonna go here. I have 10-foot range.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And I'm gonna just do a regular attack, not a full attack.
Yeah, no worries.
That is a 12 plus 11. That's a 23.
23 hits.
Nice. Where's my D10? That is an 8 plus 14. That is a 21.
21.
Wait, no, that's not
points.
20. That's a 22, right?
8 plus 14, yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22. So 22 points of damage. You slam the hammer in. They're firing at Gibbs, and you take that moment of cover to slip underneath and activating the hammer, thinking, I am the knight.
I didn't activate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So thinking, I am the knight in the darkness, you slam into them. They maybe didn't pick you up with whatever sensors they had before, but they certainly are aware of you now.
Yeah.
You hear like grinding as the chassis seems to be like misformed, and as they move, it seems to be grinding components together. Anything else, Bubs?
That's it. My turn.
All right, Gibbs. Next to you, suddenly Bubs just like steps into the line of fire, slams one of these guys out of the way. What do you want to do?
Gibbs very grateful that that Bubs has stepped up, and also can sort of hear the sort of soft like speaking to himself. Hears I am the knight, and is like, yes you are, and will take her jar and sort of shove it like behind him so he becomes backlit, casting upon this guy, that whoever he's attacking, fear, asking them to make a will saving throw.
Okay.
And if they succeed, they're still shaken.
You bring your bottle up to backlight it, and Gibbs, for the first time, you do notice that up near the cork, just along the edge, there's a slate chip. And you can see the beginnings of a crack that, if left unchecked, may begin to spread. But casting that aside for a moment, you channel that fear
You never get full price
and
on that on
steer it forwards. That is what kind of save?
It's a will saving throw, and I kind of want
Natural one.
flavor it that they're more afraid of like Bubs than of Gibbs.
Okay. So you hold up this bottle, you backlight it, and from their perspective, as they see this, they are firing at you. And these sensors are picking up almost nothing, and then all of a sudden, one of their members just gets slammed from the side, and as they turn, now there's this glowing green humanoid, bald-headed, no hair, like swinging a hammer around.
I imagine you can't see his face, just like the outline of like a
Because
Mr.
don't you
Clean.
also
Yes!
Just like
Don't
the
you also
shadow.
have the environment?
And Gibbs,
Yeah.
we're
No,
the-
I just have the suit.
Oh.
I didn't need it.
You
And
are
it's-
so grateful that these are the guards and not the robots, because unlike them, they do have minds.
Yes.
And so that person is certainly...
So they have a negative, just so everyone's clear, because they're frightened, they have a -2 penalty to attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, skill checks.
A -2?
And yes, and they have to choose to either fight or flee.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, right. I remember
Yes.
this part. Okay.
Are they willing
And they're frightened for 1d4 rounds. Oh, one.
No.
You know what? It's
Yeah.
important. It's still good. Okay, so one person now frightened for one round. Anything else, Gibbs?
I'm gonna just step back because I know my range to heal Bubs is still good, and just take a peek down this hallway, seeing the light of the robots and Shade. And
The
just-
robots don't have lights on. They don't need flashlights.
Does Shade have lights?
I don't think so.
You guys don't need lights?
This is dark.
Only like
Yeah,
a
they're just
dim
fighting in the
glow
dark.
of the eyeballs that are not
And that's
facing
also,
that
you would imagine,
direction.
part of why Socrates just dashed around. He can't see the robots. He's really relying on you guys to cover him, and you didn't say anything.
Okay, well, I can hear the scuffle, but I will sort of hold this corner,
Okay.
thinking if anyone comes round that is an ally, that is good for me to be there because of reasons.
So you hold on to your bottle, ready to do anything to help your friends should they need you.
Yeah.
That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the round, into the prisoners. So first, Socrates, with his raincoat in tow, is going to run forward.
This way?
Yeah, and he's a small creature, but he can't... He's going to move around. He doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity because I believe...
Stays within the range of it.
No, because
'cause the other one.
the robots haven't gone yet, and so they used that one used its reaction previously. So it's just going to skirt around. He moves 20 feet closer to you, Shade, and you hear like the limping Yosogi, deep, heavy, labored breaths. But even in this dark space, with the like little glints of light that are now coming from fire, from like muzzle blasts around the corner, you can see this like bright yellow parka, just like the edges of it. But that is his turn. That brings us to the person who is with you, Spice. You slam the hammer in. And for a moment you can see like, or you can't see, but you can almost feel him thinking. And then you just hear him go, "Wait, the door's open?" And you hear like a creak. And then you just hear, "Tuk, tuk, tuk." as he begins to run out here. You hear a slam, and you can put him up against the wall on the far. No, he's not very smart. Up against, he ran straight out into the wall from his door. Yeah. He just sprinted out and just slammed into the door.
That's
He's
my
still,
distraction,
he
baby.
just woke up. So this is is right in front of you. You watch as this eel creature sprints into the door.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, you see him like go away holding his face, not mechanically.
Okay.
My nose.
So that is all of the prisoners who can act and move.
Oh, but he can see me, by the way, because I
Yeah,
still
'cause
got
you
my
have the
green.
green light, yeah.
I got my green bean can.
That is the prisoner's turn.
guess
That
he
brings
kinda
us
has a little bit
to
of a
Spice.
Oh, Shade, you can
Oh no,
also
sorry.
see Gibbs.
Echo now has instructions.
Oh,
So
'cause you're
Echo
glowing.
Because I'm glowing.
is going to run
I'm
around the
facing
corner
away, but yeah.
Yep.
and getting like face to face with this guard.
Ooh.
Echo rounds the corner and sees this guard has a baton in hand. Has been like first slammed it on the glass. You can see the glass is separating them and Mari. And Mari, who has like a big red welt on their head, had like tried to headbutt the guard and like slammed into the glass quite clearly.
Oh, Mari.
This Echo now running around and seeing this person blocking their way, he is going to attempt to. I can't use stealth. I would say is going to use a computer's attack to try to like make this helmet chirp and distract. That is not going to be a success. It's
Darn
a
it.
natural.
The
3.
toilet gurgles.
The attack roll is only going to be a 6 plus 12, 18. 18 is going to be a miss, unfortunately. And or wait, this is the hail pistol, right?
Yeah.
So that's against energy. That's meets a pizza.
Nice.
Wow,
And so,
yeah,
Though
go.
she turns, she tries to like reach out with this computers. It doesn't work, but she pulls the pistol out and just unloads it right into the guard's belly.
Point blank.
They would have probably stopped there before. to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the
shot.
shot,
That
right?
makes sense. That is going to be 7 points of cold damage against this guard.
Nice.
That is Echo's turn. That brings us to Spice. Spice. This you hear this guy run out the door. You're holding your hammer. What do you want to do?
Spice is going to reach over, pull the blanket over top of her, sit down, cross-legged, put like yoga stance on the floor,
Okay.
sit down, reach her mind out, feel for these GPF guards that are, on the other side of the wall,
Uh-huh.
and then clap her hands together and cast Daze on the one that's closest to her.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't use this dice anymore. That is what kind of save? Wisdom or will?
Will saving.
That is a 14.
Oh, you lose!
No,
Unable
no.
to take any actions.
No, so this one's dazed, this one's frightened.
Okay, what
So-
was the 2 on that one?
Gibbs, you cast this frightened spell. This person suddenly like starts back, and then all of a sudden around the corner you see another one. Their gun almost drops out of their hands, and you're not really sure what's going on there. But great work, Spice. Anything else?
She's going to just lay down in the bed and go, I hope no one fucking sees me.
So
Pulls
cross-legged.
the covers like over her head and be like, God, I hope this ends well.
So your free action, no bonus stealth check. You pull the covers up over yourself slightly. That is your turn,
And you're like,
Spice.
ew, they're wet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
they're
is
like
it
slimy.
stiff?
Yeah, yeah.
Ew.
You saw like the bed was like a little bit stiffer than the other beds, but no problem, Spice. You are in your slimy bed. That brings us to the guards.
Nice.
So these robots. Shade, you see the other one close the distance. They're going to draw parallel with the Yosoki. However, they're both taking attacks against you.
Okay.
So Shade, the first one is going to be a 25 to hit,
That's gonna hit.
and then a 19 to hit. KAC.
Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Ah, okay. So, from the first attack, you are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing slams into you, and you hear this, and right next to you, you feel a burst of directed energy that doesn't quite hit you. But the second one, that is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage as again slams into you. That is the two of them. That brings us over to the guard now facing Echo. They get shot by Echo like almost point blank in the chest.
What the
they
hell?
are going to bring out a blade. And if anybody was watching on a camera, Echo's eyes like focus in on this weapon as it begins to hum in this guy's hand. And he
wants that.
thrusts it forwards. That is going to be a 26 to hit Echo against EAC, which is a hit.
Just gonna turn
And
the
they
corner
have
and just,
minimum damage.
they're gonna be covered in
Echo
blood.
takes 7 points of
I got a new weapon.
electric and sonic damage.
Yeah, can Echo sleight a hand that next turn?
Yeah, disarm
That
is
is
an action.
their attack, and then because they are not in melee range, they're actually gonna, for their movement, they're gonna run 20 feet backwards. No, that's Echo.
guard?
The guard, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said
It's
Echo.
the
No
guard's
worries.
turn,
The
yeah.
guard. And then down to these 3 guards. Bubs, you slam into this person, they stumble back, and then they look. You can't see the eyes, although let's say part of your attack, you break the visor.
Yeah.
You see one drow eye peering out, and they look terrified of you. And so you feel like, I am the knight.
Yes.
Like you are. But Gibbs, they are terrified of you, and they choose to flee.
Yes.
They're going to turn, and they dash out. You
I get attack opportunity.
You have range, a 10-foot range.
Yep.
And they're going to move 20 feet towards their commander.
Who's their commander? This
Yeah,
guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Plus 11, that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 against KAC.
Whatever the hammer is.
Yeah, you didn't activate it, so KAC, that is Mitsa Pizza.
Nice.
Ooh. Wait, fuck me. Never gonna hit these guys and shit.
That is 6 plus 14. That's 20 damage.
20 damage. This guy already was not looking great. You hit him
Yeah.
once before, and so as you hit him and he begins to run away, you almost topple him over. He's looking rough, and as he
Yeah.
begins to like limp around the corner, you can hear him just going, and he's like rushing away, terrified of Gibbs, or you in your mind. But that is his turn. The other 2, one can't do anything. It just can't take an action, correct?
What is days? Let me read it real quick.
I believe it's an action, and so
Yeah.
if that's what
Yeah.
it is, he's just going to be like,
Yeah, no actions. That's it.
and he's going to turn and also follow his friend because he can't do anything else. No, the one that stays.
yeah.
And then that leaves the one person who is just standing there, and you see like their helmet turn, or you don't see, or with the flashlight, you see the helmet turn and turn. There's nobody there, but they turn and see you, and they're just going to fire at you. They're going to move 10 feet back, but they're going to fire at you. Bubs,
Would I get
does...
an attack of opportunity?
You
Would I-
already-
Oh,
You
yeah.
already used
Oh,
your,
you used
your,
it.
your attack. That is going to be a flat 30 to hit.
KAC or EAC?
That is against your EAC.
I have 29 that hits.
So you are going to be taking. Where did I have 1d8 now? Oh, there it goes.
What kind of weapon is it? Sonic?
This is a sonic weapon, and so you are going to be taking 16 points of sonic damage.
Damn.
As this slams into you, you feel your teeth rattle, and you feel within your ears, it's almost like your eyes, your ears, everything connected to your sinuses begin to like almost ooze and weep because this is hurting something on the inside of you. But that is the 3 guards, which brings us back to the 2 guards who are locked in solitary confinement. There's the one guy who's going to just try to punch the door open and hope for a natural 20. Nope. And the other person who might be just a wee bit smarter. They're not going to use the fire extinguisher on this. No. So you just can hear like slam, 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 slam. Yeah, they're trapped in solitary confinement. The doors have really been, or the tables have been turned on them. That is all of the guards, which brings us to Shade, followed by Bubs. Shade, what would you like to do?
Free action. I'm telling this motherfucker, go back and unlock the cell next to yours. So I'm not gonna move him yet.
Yeah.
It's not his
Still
turn,
go on
but-
his turn.
And then I'm gonna use my exocortex to try and wirelessly hack into one of these, the less damaged one that just came over, I believe.
Okay,
And
So-
so that's a computer's check from my exocortex.
go for it. That is against the one that is closest to Socrates.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
And then I'm just gonna make a regular attack on the other one with the gravity gun to push it back.
So what was your computer's check?
27.
27. And that has to be, that's a CR one, right?
No, it's just hacking. I'm just attempting to begin the hacking process.
Gotcha.
To like really get in there with
So-
the exocortex.
Interestingly, whew. Shade, go ahead And for me, make a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude save. That's an 18.
Okay. You feel this pulse and you withdraw this telekinetic, almost like wireless signal just in time to avoid the feedback discharge that fires out towards you, and it is violent. You are glad that you did that. However, that does succeed in terms of beginning this hack.
Cool.
You can see as you do, there are a number of different nodes. However, you can see before even getting to them, there are several countermeasures that you need to get by.
Yeah.
That one that you just bypassed is a form of electric grid that is really designed to like hit anything directly in front of it that interferes in that way. And there are two others, although you cannot see them yet.
Two other
Kind of
countermeasure
like
nodes.
countermeasure nodes, yeah.
All right. And then I'm gonna do just the attack on the other one to try to push it out of my range.
Alrighty, no worries.
Or out of my base combat. That's gonna be a 25 EAC.
Yeah, that hits. And so you just, and they are thrown 5 feet away. That is your turn, Shade.
Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, Bubs, what do you want to do?
I'm going to move up and attack this guy, the
Okay.
red pants.
So he fires at you. He sees the attack land, and you can see it's almost like he steps forward, now like encouraged. But then you grit your teeth and stomp forwards. Go ahead and, if you want, make your attack roll.
That is a 10 plus 11, 21.
That just hits, yeah.
Nice.
One over.
Nice. We're cutting right on the razor's edge of these meats
That's
and
nice.
meats and
That was
meats.
one over.
Plus 14, which
22.
is 22.
22 points of damage, and this individual didn't seem to be too hurt, although he certainly is now. You slam into his side. He seemed confident before. He almost drops his weapon, but he steels himself. He's the only one holding this hallway. Anything else, Bubs?
Imagine it's like a gut punch right into his stomach.
Yeah, basically. And you can
it.
see the armor is like damaged. In the flashlight, as he like looks down to see the damage, you can see there's the beginnings of this inky purple blood beginning to run out.
That's it.
Alrighty, that is Bub's turn. That brings us to Gibbs.
I mean, I see this asshole, this idiot run out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I'm here. But though I have 30 feet of light, I can't see beyond that.
Correct.
So there is nothing for me to do where I am standing, though I am gonna kind of shout at this guy, but I can't see whatever the fuck's going on there. So I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
Because I know Rattling is here. or
You
whatever.
know where everybody is right now.
Right,
You have a good
right.
idea because you had a great perception
Yeah.
check last session, and so you know where everybody is in their cells.
So I'm trusting Bubs to carry that through. And I also have a good idea of the fuck that's going on. So I'm gonna swift action shield my light.
Okay. Pull your vest closed.
And then using my just general intuition dash.
Can you just turn your light off?
No.
It's a spell, yeah.
It's a spell.
Oh.
So I have
Spell
to.
beam.
And for what it's worth, as you're running, because you close your vest, it's like you know the cars with like the neon under. It's like you have like a neon like little circle under.
Yeah. Joy. Okay. Because I wanted to try and like
speed
stealth
Yeah.
between the feet and
Okay.
try to get to Ranklin's door.
Okay. Make
So-
a stealth check.
That game is sick.
Yeah.
11, but I'm in the commotion of battle.
You are in the commotion of battle. I'll say you get a +4 conditional modifier, 2 for being in the commotion of battle, 2 for being in complete darkness. And so that brings it to a total of
11.
11,
No, it was 11 to start.
Oh,
Plus-
15.
15. Okay.
Plus 4.
You feel fairly hidden.
I thought it was 4 plus 2.
No,
No,
you gave me a
4.
4 conditional modifier.
And then I broke it down into
Oh,
two
okay,
different
yeah.
twos for two different
Okay.
reasons. So no worries. So you seem to slip through, and for what it's worth, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity. Whether they see you or not, you don't really know.
Cool. So that is movement at an action because I dash.
And so you're like up against the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this guy's my ally because we're Yosokis and we're like bonded. So I will start to, I don't know, fucking nod the knob. I don't know. How do I open a door? I will start to think about I will look at the door and be like, that's my challenge now.
Okay. So looking at this door, it is a mechanical lock. You can see there is a place for a key to go in. Okay. So I guess we'll get back to that on your next turn. You begin to chew on the metal. That is you, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the round and to the prisoners. So Socrates, hearing you say, go to help this person, you just hear, we don't. You said to unlock that door.
Yeah.
And you hear Socrates just go, we don't need him.
As distraction.
Come. And he turns and he's going to just limp 20 feet. Or actually, no, he's going to limp an entire
40 feet? Wow, you're gonna get far in these 6 seconds.
I don't think he can. He's going to go 20 feet. He's slow.
You would have seen Gibbs though.
And Shade, for what it's worth, as this is happening, you're thinking about the fact that you need to get through this vent, and there is a timed component to how quickly it heats up. At his current rate, there's no way that Socrates is going to get through. For what it's worth, you probably need to figure something out. So that is Socrates. That brings us around the horn to Mari, who just kind of tries to look out at what's happening. Going all the way down, the one that Gibbs just yelled at, the Woyoko, they are going to turn and seeing the neon glow of Gibbs, just run after Gibbs. And you can hear, they have a 30 feet movement, so they're going to move a full 60 feet if they can.
Roughly there, I guess.
Yeah, they're running straight past the door because they don't see it. And so they run straight past, and seeing your glow, you hear from behind you, prison break! And they're just chasing after you, looking for the exit.
Melvin's about to get tackled by these 3
guys,
guards.
if Melvin takes one attack, though...
It was Melvin! Lock him back up! You're going in solitary.
That is all the prisoners. That brings...
Ranking.
Oh,
Ranklin. Whatever the fuck his
it's
name.
Franklin.
Hey,
with an R.
it's Ranklin. That's all.
Help me.
From the other side of the door, through the lock, you can just hear his voice. And he just goes, don't you think I would have gotten myself out if I could have? But that is all of the prisoners. That brings us to Echo. Echo is going to take just 10 feet of movement forwards because he can't break up movement and is going to try to pick the lock. We know that you need to roll a 19 or a 20. 16. So they begin to work on this lock and it doesn't seem to work. That is Echo. That brings us to Spice. Spice, you are currently under the slimy covers of this Wayoko's bed. You hear a slam, and then you hear prison as they begin to run away and follow Gibbs. What do you want to do?
And she goes, that's my boy. What is she gonna do? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still within range. Okay. So what she's gonna do is she's going to stay. Well, no, I'm going to. Well, first she's gonna, from under the gross covers, she's gonna go, ew, take the covers off. Still feel that there's still 2 other GPF soldiers that haven't felt her daze yet, and she's going to clap her hands together and cast Daze on one that hasn't been dazed. So it's this guy has been. So there's 2 more that she can reach. So she'll do this guy who's at the door.
Can you do it to one person?
No problem.
I can only do it to one person
Per day.
Yeah.
It's like
And that's a will save?
Yep.
18?
Oh, beat it!
Okay, finally. I have one guy, and he's running away. This is the guy that is not afraid of Gibbs, right?
No.
So this is the person who...
This was the guy who was afraid
Yeah,
of
this
him.
one was afraid.
So
this
2
one
afraid of
joined,
Gibbs is this person. They're just running away.
Or something. I don't
So
know.
no problem.
With my movement, I'm going to get to the edge of the door and peer. I'm not going to peer out, actually, because she knows that the robots can't, but she's ready to move if she needs to.
No problem. You throw Daze behind you and dash to the door, getting ready to move. That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to the guards. So there are now 2 robotic creatures facing you down, Shade. The one that is 5 feet away is going to close 5 feet forwards, and they're both taking attacks against you. First one is going to be a 33.
Yeah.
And the second one is only going to be a 21.
That's also going to hit.
Alrighty.
Are you
So
hurt?
Shade.
I would know.
I'm probably after this.
You are taking 16 points of bludgeoning damage from the first. and 11 points of bludgeoning damage from the second, which is actually pretty good.
Still up a little.
Are you
So
bleeding now?
they slam into you again and again. They're now like pushing this assault towards you. Moving around the corner, we see this guy who is facing off against Echo. They're going to back up a full... Well, first they're going to take their attack. No, they're not, because they just have their knife out, right? So they're just going to move back 30 feet.
Echo is?
Nope, the guard, yeah, 30 feet toward... Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
And they're going to hold their action if Echo chases them. The 3 other GPF, so the one that was like running from you turns around and their flashlight right across your like bloody face. These like little earrings have like kind of swollen around because of the vibrations of that sonic damage. And so you look like puffy and even grosser than normal. And so you just like hear from behind the helmet, ah! And he begins to just dash even further.
This one's on his range.
Yep, and both him and his officer are going to... Okay, and they do not collide with each other, but they pull exactly parallel with each other. No, they're going to catch up right there. That is that one. The other 2, now no longer dazed, are both going to take attacks against you, Gibbs. Oh,
No, that one can't reach me because I got
hang on. Never mind, they have no idea that you are there.
So sneaky and stealthy.
You slip underneath, and as that other person turns, does see you and runs away, the other 2 kind of like turn back. They hear the battle, and I'm gonna say the one that's already around the corner is going to move like 15 feet, like halfway between all these people, not really sure of what to do. The one that is on the corner gonna take an attack against Bubs.
Let's do it.
Bubs. That is only going to be a 24 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. And so this sonic weapon just bounces off your armor, not able to penetrate it. That is those 2. The other 2, just to see if we get natural 20s. I got a natural 19 with one of them. You hear a slam as one of the guards locked in solitary really tries to get out, but just can't do it. That is all of the guards. That brings us to Shade. Bubs, you're on deck.
Yep.
So I'm gonna fight defensively
Okay.
as my standard action to attack this one
Okay.
again. And I'm going to use my hacking to try and overcome the next countermeasure.
Make a computer's check first and then make your attack roll.
27.
27 hits.
So I guess I get through the next countermeasure?
Sorry, that was a computer's check?
Yeah.
Yes. The next countermeasure as you go through, this seems to be something more akin to what that flash drive that Echo is carrying around has. Some kind of a program that would get into your systems and continue to do things over time. But you avert it. There's one thing now standing between you and several nodes that lie beyond.
Cool.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah, so this is my fight defensively attack, so it's -4, I believe. But I get +2 on my AC for the next round.
Against just that guy, I believe.
I think it's against all attacks.
Double check, but yeah, it might be.
But that's going to be a 23 -4, so 19 against EAC.
19 against EAC, that is going to hit.
Nice.
And then move action, guarded step back.
Okay. So you're just
Yes.
kind of like yo-yoing this robot. You fire back, they rush forward. You fire back, they rush forward. And slowly you begin your retreat. Anything else, Shade?
Nope, that's it.
All right,
Hopefully
Bubs.
I can hack this thing.
Bubs.
You get shot. This guy unable to do damage to you. What do you want to do?
Bob is gonna do like a little like wall run on the corner of the cell right there,
Okay.
and like with the momentum, raise his hammer up and try to go right down on his forehead.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
That is a 4 or a 7? That's a 4. It's a 4. It's so hard to go with that.
15 total?
Yeah, 15.
That is going to be a miss, unfortunately. As you try to like wall run, it's just the slick metal walls. You're not able to get purchase on. You just kind of skid, and you slam the hammer down like a foot too early, right into the steel.
You got too cocky.
I got too cocky.
Anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
That's the worst when you're like trying to do something really cool. But for what it's worth, it is fairly dark, and probably didn't get to see the full extent of your failure. So, no problem, Bubs. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, from where you are like right up against the door. You heard Ranklin from the other side. What do you want to do?
I have a background in conniving and sort of surviving. Can I use any of those skills to help me unlock this door?
You would need to tell me how, because at the moment
I am familiar with the mechanics of stuff because I take them apart and put them back together, and so I want to use.
That sounds like an engineering check.
Gosh darn it! Will I take an engineering? I'll take anything over stealth. Yeah, I'll take an engineering over
Go
stealth.
for it. Make
Thank
an engineering check.
Ooh, okay, 16. Oh, wait.
16. This is a prison door. And so as you try to like maneuver around it, your haphazard collection of tools, which is like a variety of things, not able to penetrate the door. Anything else, Gibbs?
Can I use my movement to be small and sneaky?
Sure. It's a free action to be small and sneaky. It's not a stealth check,
Okay,
however.
fine.
That is going to bring us to the top of the round, to Echo. Echo is again going to attempt to pick this lock.
Come on.
We are kin.
I rolled an 18 again.
No!
So
God
close.
damn it.
Wheel?
Wheel for
It
Bubs.
was your wheel, I believe.
And it was
so
for Bubs,
unfortunately, it's
yeah.
not allowed to do that. But
Time
what
to
I
make
will
a
say
fake
is,
Discord, fake Twitch account.
do. What?
you see like briefly like Echo's eyes turn, and in the darkness you just see like the two blue circles. You see like a blink, and then Echo goes back to work. Still not able to get through the door. That is Echo. That brings us to Spice. Spice, what do you want to do?
Spice. Alright, here we go.
Are the prisoners?
I made the math. Oh yeah, do the prisoners want to go before?
Oh,
anything?
yeah,
Really
yeah. Thank you. So the prisoners, we have Socrates, who's going to just stumble 20 feet forwards. We have the Woyoko, who's going to run around the corner 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to get next to Gibbs. And they're just going to, well, Gibbs is trying to kind of hide. No. So they just turn down and they just go, "Where are we going?" And they're just ready for this prison break right next to Gibbs.
Just
The way it
roll
goes,
around the
just
GPF guard.
And that is, I believe, all of the prisoners that can really go. And so that is
Yeah.
going to bring us to you, Spice.
So Spice is going to hear Shade fighting and move her full. And then becomes just in reach to clap her hands together
Nice.
and go, "You got this, Shade! Hurry!" And grants you an extra move action.
Shade, in this moment, as you're getting like taken apart by these creatures, suddenly Spice's voice bursts into your mind. Anything else, Spice?
No, that is everything I can do in a single
There
turn.
you go. That brings us to the guards. So, these two robotic creatures going to go ahead. Shade, very similarly to the last turn, close 5 feet of distance, and you are taking 2 attacks.
I have my defensive fighting, so I have
You do.
higher AC, which
Nice.
hopefully will help.
First is going to be a 23 to hit.
Didn't help.
Darn it.
Second one is going to be a 17 to hit.
That does help.
There you
Well,
go.
actually, it still wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. Okay. But
No
hey,
worries.
we take them.
You
when we
take
get 'em.
only
We take what we get.
one attack. That attack is going to deal 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into you.
No, I'm not looking great.
That is their attacks. That brings us to these other GPF around the corner. The two like draw parallel with each other, running different directions. One away from Echo, one away from Gibbs. You can hear the one that's running away just like at the same time they go, "There's an android over there, and there's a Yosoki over there," and they gesture in total opposite directions, and they gesture by each other in the
Oh, they
opposite
just
direction of the
gestured?
first
Did they
one.
move?
No, just like back and forth they gestured. And I think at this point, given... Wow, this is a tough call for them.
It's really
Okay.
Melvin. He's there.
They turn and they're going to go first. They see Melvin, and then that kind of gives your position away because he's talking to you. So they are going to turn. The one who's terrified of you just continues to run. Oh no, sorry, they're not afraid anymore. And so they are going to turn. And Gibbs, unfortunately, you are going to be taking some attacks.
Holy shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you're taking 3 attacks.
Holy
I think.
fuck, I'm gonna die.
So at this point, that person is going to stow their knife and draw their gun. So you're only taking 2 attacks. First one, that is going to be a 26 to hit
Yeah, it hits.
and a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, okay. Gibbs,
Yeah.
you are taking 10 points of sonic damage and 7 points of sonic damage.
I'm heavily bleeding. All of my piercings start to just pour blood dripping out of both my ear holes as well as the piercings I hold.
Back.
And I'm hurt.
You hear the bottle crack a little bit more, and looking at the stem in this brief moment, you can see more than a chip. It's beginning to get a little bit larger. It's not quite down to where the liquid is when it's all the way full, but it's beginning to creep down the long neck of this bottle. This sonic damage seems to be very effective against glass. For what it's worth.
It's been
So-
long in the Sonic.
That is the ones attacking you, the 2 who are in solitary confinement. One rolled a 19. They're getting closer, but still stuck. You hear clank, 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 clank.
It's the battle between them and Echo.
Yeah, basically, they both need, well, no, they need to roll a natural 20. Echo can roll a 19 or a 20. But that is going to bring us to Shade, followed by Bub. Shade, what do you want to do?
You have an extra movement.
Yes. I'm going to attempt to finish this hack on the one to get through with
Okay.
my exocortex.
Make the computers check.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Shade, please make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, okay. That's good. 27.
27. So as you draw away, you cannot break through this node, and there is a brief flash across the digital landscape. It's like a flashbang goes off. Code peels away. There's elements of this, like the electronic impulses that go through the sky, through this digital medium, that just die. And you would imagine if you had gotten maybe 3 lower, you would be blind right now. But you are not.
Cool.
Anything else?
That's good.
Yeah, so that's the exocortex. So have I entered this?
No, there's still a countermeasure. You were unable to break through it.
Oh, I didn't break through it. Okay. Then I am going to use my move action to start retreating more.
Okay.
Knowing that I will... Actually,
Moving
I can take a
step,
guarded
yeah.
step because I do
can.
have an extra move
So you're going to
action.
take one
Of
attack
my
of
move
opportunity.
action. Well, one of my move actions is a
one.
guarded step.
Okay.
And then
I thought 0.
second move action
To use a
move.
movement.
Yeah.
So he disengages.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. Cool.
And then using my standard action, going to fire back at the one right there
Okay.
that
So
I haven't been hacking.
go ahead, make your attack roll.
16.
16 is a miss,
EAC.
unfortunately. Yeah. So as you fire, there is so much going on, and with your head still rattling from that near miss from the countermeasure, you're not able to hit.
And free action, as I get up to this slow ass motherfucker, I am going to say to him, "You're going to die if we go back that way."
Okay, no worries. That is what you say. That is your turn. That brings us to Bubs. Bubs,
All right.
what do you want to do?
Bub's seeing how he embarrassed himself with that hit.
Yeah,
Is
lack of a hit.
he's gonna try to do with the momentum from the jump, he's gonna try to turn it into a slide
Okay.
and go for his knees.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll. As your feet lose purchase on the steel, you try to slide into the ground.
19.
A 19 against?
KC.
KAC, that is just missing, unfortunately. And so instead, you slide and you mistime the distance. You can't see that great. And you slide up, and your foot just comes perfectly at rest against his shin, like a gentle boop. And there's no real force.
This is the
behind
second time I miss. Bub's getting too cocky with his hits.
it. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Ooh, Bubs. Gibbs, what would you like to do? Behind you, you hear Bubs slide on the ground. You
My
look over
HUD
to your
for
right.
Bubs is not blinking in any meaningful way, so that's fine. My HUD for Shade is blinking a little, but he's far. But my HUD for me is blinking a lot, so I'm gonna use my move action to heal myself, pulling my bottle up, drinking it. 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 7 is 16. So I heal 16 of my own points.
It's easy to access because as you pull it up, you don't even need to uncork it. Little bits are seeping out when you invert the bottle. It's no longer totally watertight.
Oh no.
That changes
Oh
everything.
no,
for
it's gonna get
Gibbs.
contaminated.
Gibbs understanding that her bottle is much more important than her life. And also understanding that the sonic damage is the thing doing it, will start to use her body to soften, like to absorb some of the sonic shock. And will just use her action to look up at the lock and try to will it open with her basic telekinetics using mysticism.
You have so many items.
I think that this is unfortunately beyond your reach at your current level of mysticism. You reach out with
I
your
don't have anything
mind,
like useful though.
and you can't really do anything.
I could think of something.
Hold on.
Anything else, Gibbs?
I could think of many things.
You better yell it out loud, Bubbles.
No, I'm not
Anything
gonna.
else, Gibbs?
What are you gonna do?
I will. Can I scratch at the lock and try to just open
Yeah,
it
sure.
with yeah, the gravy boat from Nadia's restaurant, sunscreen. Guys, what do I have?
She just there's a wheel for Gibbs. I gotta get it out.
Okay, so go ahead, make this attempt. It's slightly easier.
Are you gonna miss this? Is the door open?
It's what? Sorry, what am I rolling?
This is like a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
Okay.
can I argue engineering just cause?
No.
Fuck. Well, my sleight of hand is +1,
Oh,
so
you
This
guys
is like
use
the
9.
equivalent
You're
of
using your tail as a lockpick.
garbage channel divinity.
You go over and you try as hard as you can. You look at it and you're like, I can get this. And you like thought about everything that you did before, about how you scratched it, it didn't work. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it different. And you just try to scratch it in a different way. And it still does not work.
Okay. Well, I know I'm in a pickle. Oh, I already used my movement action
In regular action.
and regular action. So
Yeah.
swift action, I'm gonna pull out my wand
Okay.
and think about ways to shove this in this hole so it'll work.
So with a wand and a hole, you're ready to go. But on your next turn, Gibbs, that is your turn. That brings us to Echo. Echo, again, is going to attempt to
Come
touch this lock. That's a 3.
I think the guards are gonna get it before I can.
So just ding, unable to get out. That is Echo's
It's two
turn.
guards, so it's better.
That brings us to Spice. Or sorry, prisoners. So Socrates is going to turn, and as he like starts hobbling his 20 feet, he is going to say, "Let me worry about this way," and he continues to go
Oh, okay.
20 feet.
Can you move him 20 feet, please? Thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
So-
he runs right into Spice.
Spice, all of a sudden from the darkness, you see this limping, badly hurt Yosoki with a huge head. The head, like half the size of the rest of their body.
I don't see him though, right? I can just feel him
Yeah,
hobbling by or
yeah,
hear
and they
him.
kind of just like run into you almost, and they shudder away. And you hear like the sound of rubber on rubber as they're holding this like rain poncho.
A sound
and
you are
running
familiar
forward.
with.
Yes.
Anyways, they draw parallel to you. The other folks, there is the Woyoko who sees you getting kind of small and trying to like heal themselves. He crouches down as well,
Lock, please.
and he's just what?
Help me with the lock, please.
Free action. That's what you say.
Yeah, help me with it. Help me. Help me.
He
I'm
turns and he
hurt.
just goes jailbreak, and he's gonna pound on this
Yes.
lock as hard as he can. That's a 3.
Damn it!
So,
Melvin!
ow!
Use it!
He pulls his hands back. There's like a big smudge of slime on the door now.
Because he's now my ally, my HUD starts blinking even more, being like, fuck, Melvin, like, why'd you hurt yourself?
Maybe
That
the
is-
the slime will help heal you.
Yeah, exactly. It's healing slime.
Yeah.
That is them. Spice, what would you like to do?
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hell yeah. Gonna move up this way to shield shade, and then I can't get in front of you, but that's as good as I'm gonna get.
For what it's worth, looking down this hallway, you see nothing. It's dark. And so as you run, you find Shade and almost like run into him, and so you feel him. However, you can't see
What are
anything
you
in
doing
front
to
of you
get
right
back?
now.
Spice is not realizing what Shade's trying to do. She's going to stop where she is, hear Shade's voice, reach back, touch him, and inspiring Boost be like, "You got this. You fought hard for, I think it's 14
yeah.
stamina points."
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's.
And
Ooh.
so, Shade, you're just like, oh, what are they doing? Oh.
She's
And
like,
all of a
"What
sudden,
is your plan?"
this is a much more helpful maneuver. No problem. Anything else, Spice?
No, she's gonna realize that Shade was backing up and go. She's gonna stop, realize that Shade was backing up, and go, and then stop.
Sure. 30 feet of movement these robots are going to take forwards.
Fuck.
And so if they do, they're going to try to make it into base contact with both of you.
5.
What is
Okay.
up?
So the first one's going to take an attack against you, Spice, as they run straight into you.
She can't see, so it's just like,
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh man. So even though I think it might hit you, they rolled a natural 1. And so right over top, they swing, and you're not even trying to duck. You bend down to talk to Shade, and you feel like your antennas are almost like swiped from your head. But that is a miss from the first one. The second one lowers this sonic weapon towards you, Shade. All right, that is going to be a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
And so they're unable to hit. This vibrates right by you, and you hear the metal all along the wall begin to shake and rattle and moan. But that is the robot's turn going around the bend. We have these GPF over here. They turn and they see Melvin the Woyoko raise up and just slam his hands.
Yes, Melvin.
And so turning, they're both gonna actually 1, 2, 3. They don't see Gibbs really that well. 2 are gonna attack Melvin. 1 is going to attack Gibbs.
Melvin.
So the first one against Melvin, that is definitely gonna hit. The second one is gonna miss.
Do you need? Would it be helpful to have Echo's character sheet?
Not at this point.
Cool.
She's just doing the same thing.
So Melvin is going to take 14 points of sonic damage as one of those 2 blasts rattle his skin. The slime just becomes almost like a quick mist, and so you're hit with slime.
That doesn't
And it
bother me.
feels kind of good.
Yeah.
But he staggers back a little bit. That hurts him bad. And all of a sudden he goes from a jailbreak to a jailbreak. And he's like starting to cry a little bit. But that hurts him pretty bad. The one that attacks you, Gibbs, that is only going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah. Okay.
You are going to be taking 8 points of sonic damage as the sonic weapon rattles your bones, and the little bit of healing you were able to generate is pulled away. But that is all of those guards. That brings us to the 2 guys who are trying to race with Echo. 10 and a 19 again. So close. But not getting out. Clang, 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 clang. Stuck in solitary are those guards. That brings us to Shade, followed by Bub. Shade, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to use my exocortex to hack this thing again and defeat this countermeasure.
Go for it.
This last one.
This one go and attack Bubs.
Yeah.
What?
That's good. 33.
A 33 just beats it. And so as you reach forwards, you feel this flash again, and in the digital planescape, you like, it's almost like you log out, log back in like really old video games. You could do that to beat PvP combat in Ultima Online 1996. But you like just kind of blink out for a moment and blink back in, and reaching forwards, you crush this digital representation of a flower pot that represents the last countermeasure, and you see just these nodes extend in front of you.
Can I then use my standard action for myself, continuing this hack?
Yeah.
Is there a node that I can use to change its target to the guards?
Make a computer check if you want to do that. You see a node, and you can see targeting parameters. And if you want, this is a check where to access it, you need to get a little bit above what is the base access that you have right now.
34?
It's so close.
Oh.
Is it a natural 20?
It is a 19.
So
That's
you
so
need
close.
you
Damn.
both to meet the DC and also because it would succeed anyways. You need a natural 20.
Fuck.
It is 35 to change.
Damn.
Yeah, this is a military grade machine, and so you are unable to switch the targeting parameters. However,
I hacked into it now.
you see there is an what is basically an RFID tag associated with this parameter, and you would imagine these creatures, they're not going after sight, they're not going after sound, they're not even going after temperature. They're going after any organic creature that is not represented by these signatures. And so probably the armor of the GPF have some kind of almost like a radio signal that they're sending out. And so with that really, really high roll, you don't defeat the countermeasure, or you don't get into that node, but you learn why.
Okay. Cool. And then I guess I'm gonna use. You didn't give me a second move action for this one, right? You gave me the
No,
healing.
I think I can
Cool.
only do that once.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna
Per
use
day
my
or
regular move action to back up. I guess now I have to kind of stay kind of close, so I'll just make it defensive. The 5 feet.
Are you
back.
guarded stepping back? No,
Guarded
right?
step, yeah,
Okay,
that's the one.
Cool. No problem. So you take that bit back, allowing the moment of kind of pulling that last countermeasure away to rattle this robot, not provoke an attack of opportunity. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Bubs. Bubs, you've missed 2 attacks in a
Yeah.
row.
Bubs is thinking he doesn't need to be a knight. He doesn't need to be cocky. He just needs to be Bubs.
Yeah.
And he's gonna shove the hammer like a fucking sword right down the middle.
Okay, yeah, make your attack roll.
And that is a 10 plus 11. That's 21. That hits.
21 just barely
Yeah.
hits. Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
So you aren't the knight, you're Bubbles.
And I
Roll damage.
shove the hammer right down in the middle.
Yeah, roll damage,
Thank God.
but not on the
Yeah,
ground.
D10.
A D10.
That just went
Here.
into the Nexus.
I hit Rattling, whatever that guy's name is.
Socrates.
That's
Socrates.
good.
That's Socrates.
Oh, sorry,
That's
right.
That one's
Yes.
Ranklin.
That's how much?
It's a 10.
10 plus
14.
14 points of
24.
damage?
24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. Bubs,
goodness.
as this individual lowers the gun, he fires at you, you slam into him. This has been a back and forth fight, but in this moment, as he is the only person around the corner, his allies have all kind of abandoned him. He's uncertain. You see he turns his back, and in this brief moment where the helmet had been jammed down before, you hear this pop as it pops up, and you see just the dark skin of the neck. And taking the hammer, you thrust it forward between that joint, and there is a crack, and you hear the sound of flesh tearing, and the head, almost like a Pez dispenser, all the way back. There's a blood that hits you. It fizzes against the generated image that your projector is producing, but no problem. He is dead.
Nice. Get him out of here.
Yeah, well done. All right, anything else, Bubs?
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna move actually, because if we're on 1, 5, 10.
Cool guys never move.
20, 25. No, I can move Mike's turn, so I'll just stay there.
Okay, no problem. Gibbs, right around the corner, you hear like a thud, and suddenly there is you hear and smell blood just fill the air. What do you want to do?
Because I know it's none of my allies, so I don't care. I do a quick check through my pockets looking for something to help me in a situation, and I pull out the laser cone trap I got from the Wormtune Waste.
No,
group.
I got that. And also,
Gosh, damn it!
And
I
also,
had it.
it doesn't work on people. It only works on ghosts.
Oh,
Yeah.
on ghosts?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing ever.
Incorporeal.
Not
beings.
against
Incorporeal
ghosts.
beings. No,
Like,
it is.
obviously, ghosts is just.
Never mind. I thought I had that for some reason.
No worries.
So never mind. I will
Yeah, it's actually right.
use my gift from Vess, and I will pull out the green syringe, swift action, stab
You're gonna
it.
go into the Hulk mode now?
Roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
Yeah.
I heard you were.
No, that's not what this does.
No, I know. I'm joking.
3.
You regain up to 3 levels worth of spell slots.
Nice.
As you jam this into your arm,
Oh my god!
plunge it in,
That's
and you
huge.
remember Vess had said that this was something to really put a charge back into you, and you remember this was the material that created this was extracted from Jade Brunei, this organic individual that was able to produce magic-like effects.
That was my
And
mom.
so you would imagine, yeah,
I think
you
that's
basically just injected Bubs' mom's blood into your own body.
We're related now.
yeah. I'm like, that's Bub's mom.
Are you
Uh,
my stepmom? Wait, no. Mom-in-law?
Anyways,
I have her earring in my ear as well. So
you
okay.
feel the magic.
So we
within
Nice.
can
you.
use his lockpick.
So great, cool. I get at least a second level spell slot back. So I will regular action. I'm gonna regret this probably because Melvin's gonna die, but hurl Forestess.
Yeah, go ahead and make that attack roll.
It's not gonna be enough. There's no fucking way it's enough. Sorry, hurl Forestess is on this page. What a fucking waste. Make a ranged attack against EAC. It's like 11.
11, unfortunately, is
Yeah.
quite a miss. And so as you like feel the energy resurge into you, your ears fill again with earwax. You pull in, grab out a little bolt and flick it, and in this dark space, too far away, you miss, and you hear the ding, 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 ding as it bounces around.
And I kind of like flip my fingers through the oh wait. Oh, I can heal myself because that's a move action. Nice. So I heal myself with my move action.
No problem.
But I find the right dice and I will do that because it's
No
just
problem.
mine. But I flip my fingers through the like food slot on the door and I like make eye contact with Franklin.
You will
Franklin.
fingers touch.
Hey, it's Franklin.
I don't know.
That's actually the anyways, no problem. So you go ahead, you reach in, you try to like touch Ranklin. They don't seem to return that gesture. But that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the round. First, the prisoners. So Socrates. Prisoners, top of the round. Because I've just been forgetting they've gone after. So Socrates moves 20 feet further forwards. They're really making good time. Melvin is going to turn and run. And they're going to just run straight forward as they have been, trip over the body, and then stand up. And that is their turn. That is all of the prisoners that can move. That brings us to Echo. Echo is trying to be a hero. 19 or 20, 15.
Damn it, Echo!
So, man, and Echo there, like in their minds, is really thinking, I wish I had help. But that is Echo's turn. That brings us to Spice.
Spice is like, kind of looks over behind Shade and goes, I did everything I can. Claps her hands together, casts Hurry on herself, and then runs away.
Oh my god.
Does that do anything for attacks of opportunity?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to, because this guy, he was like stepping over me and he brushed my antennas.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run through them.
Run through.
Okay.
Oh, you're running through?
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Or go diagonal. But
No, you're good.
Sneak through.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you dart through, now putting yourself on the other side of these robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
And
gonna
then-
go double my movement, so 5,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
30,
35, 40,
40,
45, 50, 60.
60.
Right by the
So you
desk.
rush forwards. You can see for what it's
That's where
worth,
the
there are
lockers are.
6 lockers that are open. I believe in one of them, turning and seeing, you do see there is a pistol and what looks like a long syringe filled with, well, you've seen these before. It's a healing serum.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, that's right next to you. Cool. So you do that. The weapon, for what it's worth, if you need to drop the statistics, this is a lightning pistol of the sheet class. So that is your turn, Spice.
Yep, that's
That
everything I can do.
brings us to
Sorry,
the
Shade,
guards.
I can't give you anything else. My whole
Shade,
use, I
you
gave
were
you
like,
everything I
oh,
got.
thank God I have help. And then Spice just sprints away. And you again left alone against these 2 robots who, one of them, for what it's worth, will turn and is going to move,
The one that I didn't hack.
correct, is going to move 60 feet
Oh fuck!
as they activate. Where is it here?
Oh no.
They can.
Chasing me.
Oh my god, they're gonna activate.
It's an armor upgrade, but it's integrated. And that is what is going to allow them to move and shoot, although at a pretty big disadvantage. But Spice, that is going to be with a -6 conditional modifier, a 21 to hit.
Whether it's EAC or KAC, you do hit.
It's EAC if it matters, but you are going to be taking
Good thing you got that healing
15
serum.
points of sonic damage.
Okay.
As this howls forwards, it hits you. You can feel this reverberating your bones, and your teeth in the sockets begin to rattle. But that is their attacks. Sorry, that was the attack against you. The attack against Shade. They're going to move 5 feet closer to you. Take a swing. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And you are going to be taking 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
As he
jeez.
slams into you again, and in this dark hallway, you are taking more and more damage. Going around the bend, we have these two who are, the 3 GPF in this hallway are going to, well, 2 of them are going to take attacks against you, Gibbs.
Oh,
I'm the only one who's killed something so far.
Gibbs, roll a d20 for me.
5.
5? Okay. Oof,
I'm
rough.
rolling really low, guys, for the last like 3 sessions.
As you turn and look, you see these weapons turning towards you, and at this very moment, through the slot, Ranklin reaches out and yanks you back. Slam! You slam into the door, and one of these bolts, as it was a natural one, goes straight past you and hits Melvin. And you watch as Melvin falls to the ground, unconscious.
How's Melvin looking?
Unconscious.
Dead.
This is fuck.
However, the other two
looking
who were,
pretty
the other one that attacks you, that is a natural 20. So give and take.
Wow.
You know, we could use some natural 20s on this side of the table.
Gibbs, you take 18 points of sonic damage as you take maximum damage from this pistol.
I've been healing, so I'm still like largely okay, but like
That
Fuck,
hurts.
man.
And then the guy who is on the ground just bleeds because he's dead. The 2 who are in solitary confinement, 15 and a 19.
God.
I rolled 3 19s
If they
with
make
one
it
of
out,
these
that's gonna
people.
fuck up the battle. so
I know, but they're not doing it. So that is the card's turn. God, I hate them. That brings us to Shade. Shade, you are squaring up with this robot. You can hear Socrates laboring to breathe, but they are getting further away. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try again to, rather than getting, because I've gotten through the countermeasures. So rather
Correct.
than going into knowing that I have to have the RFID type thing, can I find out what this one's is now that I've logged in and change my own recognition to that number?
Yeah, make a computers check. This is a different node. And so this is really going into on computers, there's the about this computer button. This is basically that. This is just systems.
33?
You can see a string of numbers appear, and this is certainly the radio signature of this robot. Changing yours to this will certainly make the other one recognize you as a friendly target.
Cool. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that would be a swift action to do.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
And then I'm going to free action say to everyone, the friendlies can be recognized by this number, and calm it out.
It's to all of you except for Echo. It's just data. You get hit with when when data gets corrupted and it's just weird symbols.
Yeah.
It's just that. It comes
How to
across.
use this?
Except for Echo, who just goes, "Oh."
Just get armor from the guards.
No problem.
And then now is this one still attacking me?
You
Or
don't
did
know.
it seem to have recognized?
We don't know.
All right, I'm gonna hold my action to if it. I guess I'll just use my action to do full defense.
Okay, no problem.
So yeah, I think I just get a +4 to total defense.
Just
Yeah,
a clarification.
Yeah.
+4.
The RFDI thing only for the robot targeting system, not the regular GPF soldiers.
You'd imagine so, yeah.
Okay, yes.
They're using. Those guys are probably using their eyes because you see the flashlights.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay.
But no problem. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to you, Bubs.
Bubsy is going to turn the corner, run up to this guy with the red thing, and yell, "Here comes Bubsy!" And as he's doing, he's dragging his hammer, creating a lot of sparks, and he's gonna go up for a big uppercut to right up the groin.
Yeah, make an attack roll. Keeping in mind, you've missed every attack you've described in detail.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a groin hit, so
Yeah, of course.
that is
Hey.
12 plus 11, 23.
That is going to hit.
Right in the groin.
And so that's the trick. Just aim for the groin. That is where the armor's critical weakness is. This enforcer
The
armor.
first thing that steel ever taught you.
Yeah, go for the groin.
Yeah.
Go for the groin,
Aim
kid.
for the groin.
That's a 7 plus 14, 21 damage.
21
Did I hit that one
points
before?
of damage.
Oh, I keep touching his thing, and I'm gonna break it someday.
If that's
You,
true.
you did not,
Mm.
but somebody has done damage to this one.
Okay.
They look significantly more hurt than they did
Yes.
before, though. So no problem. You slam into this guy, and you can see there is this detachment of GPF now right in front of you. But that is your turn, Bubs. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, you now have Bubs standing in front of you. Ranklin just like pulled you back out of the way. You turn, and in the dim light of your lean, mean green bean can, you can see Melvin is dead. But
Alright.
what would you like to do?
I'm hurt and I'm sweating, and so I'll kind of focus and scrape my hands through my fur, clearing the blood from my eyes, and then sprinkle it forward onto these three guys, casting with my last renewed spell slot Wall of Steam, which I can do in a ring with a radius of 5 feet for every 2 levels, which gives me a 15-foot radius because we're level 6. So I can encompass all of these guys in a ring that does fucking steam damage.
Yeah, it will certainly hit all of them. I lost my template. I don't know where it went. My cool ring guy.
Oh yeah.
But not to worry. I believe it hits all of them, and if you want to center it, you can do it so that it doesn't hit Bubs.
Yeah, so I center it, and I also face the damage side of it because it's one side not damage, one side yes damage. Obviously inwards.
Damage.
So then
Damage.
creatures within 5 feet of the damagey side of the wall takes 2d4 fire damage.
Damn. Okay.
So that's 3 plus 3. So that's 6 fire damage. And those beyond 5 feet but within 10 feet take 1d4. Oh, fuck. Those within... Can I center it?
You can
So
center it.
what you probably want to do if you're going to do it as like a ring
Yeah.
is, you want to center it like right,
Away.
Yeah.
Behind
Yeah,
you.
Alright,
right
so I
there.
ring it there.
and then you're getting 2 of them with the 2
Yeah,
d6 and
yeah,
then
Alright,
1
and then
with
this
the
guy
d6.
gets 1... Sorry, so the Shiren is gonna get 1d4
Okay.
fire damage. So he gets 2 fire damage. And it deals damage when it appears, and then on each of my subsequent turns, and then the wall chronically deals 3d4 fire damage to any creature that passes through it, which would be just these 2.
Okay.
And
For what it's worth, one of those guys is looking pretty rough now. As this this blood goes out in just like a spurt, and you push it, and it looks like a little cloud that then begins to almost move like it's caught by a wind, and then it wraps around them before just beginning to boil. And all of you can smell this hot, irony smell of cooking blood as it begins to steam and hurt these people.
Alright, and then move action. I have 1 more resolve point before I'm unable to stabilize.
What are you doing?
So I will... You're not hurt. So I will hold off.
Okay.
There's no point in it.
That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the round. Socrates moves another 20 feet. He's finally around the corner. He can see things, which is lovely for him. That is going to bring us to the... I think that's everybody because Melvin is down. So that brings us to Echo. Echo. 3.
No! Fucking Echo!
Echo is unable to pick this lock. They have been trying again and again and again and again, but it has not worked. And at this point, for anybody who is watching, it's like Echo leans a little bit closer to the door, like they're almost listening to something. And then they turn and they look off to the right. But that is Echo's turn. That brings us to you, Spice.
Spice, as she's running past this dashboard. Let's see.
Is there a big red button that says open
Yeah.
all doors?
Yeah, she's going to.
There is a computer console right there, and it's open. The person like ran away when the lights went down again, and so it is technically unlocked. However, to get into the other components would require computer checks to really like manipulate in a meaningful way. However, you would imagine you could open all the doors from this.
Spice
Can
is
you?
going to try to do that.
From that computer, there are physical
That's the one
components
that I
to that
have.
There's a
desk.
robot next to you.
There are physical
Oh.
components to that desk that you could probably get to open all the doors. But and as much as it is a computerized component, it's not a system in and of itself.
It's not connected to the computer.
Right. And you know that these are
this.
mechanical locks, and so it needs to be a
Right.
mechanical
Believe in
mechanism.
you.
She's
It's
going
like
to,
an old button that you
like,
press.
in a half second, like, quick pray to Hylex, be like, please. And then try to unlock the cell doors.
Okay. And so are you doing this with like pure, I'm going to hit every button I can and try to unlock it? Or are you more trying to be like, can I mindfully, like, knowing what I know about computers, go through and like unlock it?
What is Spice know about computer?
If I play true to the character, she's just gonna hammer buttons.
Great. Make a perception check then.
Okay.
You begin to hammer these buttons, like
the
slamming things
biggest-
again and again and again.
Oh, sorry, I got too excited.
Reddest button.
It was a 20. What was it, perception?
Yeah.
15.
15? That's high enough. As you're slamming all these buttons in, you look to your right, and there is not a big red button, but you can see a old tablet computer, and hooked up to it, there's a stylus, and there is a button that you can tap. Do you speak Drow?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
So you can see emergency unlock.
Spice jams it.
You take up the stylus and you slam it in. The little screen cracks a little bit as you do, and every single door you can hear.
Oh wait, every single door?
Every single door of this main cell
Nice.
blocks. The solitary confinement doors, not hooked up to any system.
Yeah.
Those are very, very secure.
yes.
So these all click open, and then the doors swing wide, and you can hear all along this hallway the echoes reverberate, and Ranklin's hand like withdraws, and Ranklin's like already beginning to run,
Hug.
but no problem. Anything else, Spice?
Yeah, with the rest of her move action, she's
You
gonna.
can't break up your movement.
Oh, so is that move action would be? I didn't move. I was standing in front of it already.
Okay, no problem. Then you can use your movement action.
Yeah, so she's going to go, bye, bitch. 5, 10, 15.
So that would provoke an attack of opportunity.
It would not, or
It would.
No, yeah, she'll take
Okay,
it.
no worries. For what it's worth. So that is only going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, hits me. I'm a squishy.
Okay. And this guy, as they swing,
Call
this is a
that squishy.
huge mechanical club. And as it swings out, you are going to be taking 18 points of
Oh,
bludgeoning.
bro, was not expecting that.
And Shade has really been the person taking the brunt of this. But yeah, these are heavy hits.
It's like, shit.
As it
Run
hits
away
you,
from
you
that.
feel this as it lets off like a secondary burst of force, but no problem. That is your movement to
That
run
is
away.
everything
There
I
you
can
go.
do in one turn.
That brings us to the guards. If you can go ahead and take that robot and move it right up against you, right behind you.
Yep. Thought so.
First, Shade. This one, you can see it is like about to take an attack against you. And as you switch over the ID tag, all of a sudden you feel the mechanisms within this no longer targeting you. The focus of this machine switches. And you see it like the head turns like 180
As the
degrees
door
around.
unlocks for this guy.
It turns 180 degrees around. And
I'm
you
free.
imagine it's about to go return to like its partner who is fighting.
Oh,
And all of
okay.
a sudden this guy begins to like run out the door. So yeah, we're gonna get back to that.
Is that the guy with the broken leg though?
I believe you read in his file. Yeah, he has a
Yeah,
broken
that
leg.
guy's got the broken leg.
So
And he
and
also has
actually,
the flesh-eating
Broken leg
virus.
from fall, and he's got the
Cute.
hydro worm parasite.
and actually, this is the So this is. Sorry. So right now that was Shade. You just
Bubs.
opened the doors. So Bubs,
Yeah.
you are up.
Oh.
Sorry, because that was an attack. Yeah.
Oh, so it's my turn next.
No. This is Bubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're next.
Wait, these guys didn't go or take damage or
They-
move through my wall.
They didn't go. So what that was just the response to Shade.
No, Spice went unlock the doors. We're at guards and robos.
Oh, guards and robos. Right.
Yeah.
So
Guards
sorry.
and
So
robos.
sorry.
Yeah.
I got confused. I got
yeah,
confused.
so the
No
robos
worries.
were
Spice.
just responding.
So
Well,
this.
his movement, he moved up to me, I assume.
Yes.
Right.
yes,
And then he
this is
attacked
movement.
you.
Yeah.
He did not attack.
Not yet.
Yeah.
He did not
Oh,
attack yet.
Oh, that was
No, he did. You're right.
Attack
You're
was
right.
opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
That was an attack of opportunity. Yes.
Yes.
right.
Yes, it was.
Now that's what
Yeah,
threw me
yeah,
off.
right.
Guys,
That's
it's
what threw me
late.
off.
We're all
We got there. We
tired.
got there. All right. So swinging, that is certainly going to hit. That's above 30.
Yeah.
That's almost a critical hit. And so that is going to be, that is going to be 18 points again of bludgeoning damage as this slams into you, the robot
Spice.
catching up.
Oh man, Spice is She goes, "Whoa, wasn't expecting that. Not looking good."
The three GPF soldiers who are now surrounded by this steam wall, all of them, the first instinct that they're going to have, and following the GPF doctrine, they're going to push through and try to advance towards the enemy. So all of them are going to move forward through this wall.
Do you want to roll it, and is it rolled separately per creature?
Yes, it is. Or sorry, damage.
Yeah.
Damage you can just roll once and apply it to all of them to speed it up.
2, 6 whole damage.
6 whole damage.
To all of them.
To all of them, yes.
One of them, for what it's worth, is that almost like as they stumble through it, the armor is beginning to bubble and burn away. The composite is like fusing together. They are barely alive. However, all of them do make it through.
Are they running
Towards us.
towards us?
Towards us.
Towards Bubs.
Yeah.
And so as they like push through, Bubs, you are going to take 3 ranged attacks, but at point blank range. The first one.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
But hang
You
on.
can make
So the
attack
first
of
one
opportunity.
is a 14 to hit. The second one
Because they're making ranged
is a natural 20, so that's going to hit.
Yeah.
And the third one is a 25 to hit.
Only the natural 20 hits.
Okay.
Which one did the range attack to me that's attack of opportunity?
Well, technically 2 of them would.
I only
You could
get
choose either of those 2.
Which
yeah.
one did the natural 20?
The one in the middle. So yeah, one of the ones that you can reach.
Okay. But there are 20 hits first anyway, so it don't even matter.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is going to be 20 points of sonic damage.
I'll take it.
I choose to take it. I'm doing this out of my own free will. You take that damage. That is their attacks and their movement. The 2 who are in here looking for their natural 20s. That is a 5 and an 18. So still stuck in solitary. That brings us to finally Shade.
Yep.
So, can I just, now that this thing's not attacking me, take a computer's check to like see what I can do with this thing?
So again, this is no longer targeting you.
Right.
You are not in command of it, and so you can't. It's not going to allow you to access it. That's computer checks, and you
Right.
do run the risk of failure.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I want to use my exocortex computer
Yeah, go
check
for it.
to, like, because I'm in the nodes now, I want to see what my options are.
So you can see the options without a check. You can see there is the systems, there is weapons, there is targeting parameters, and then there is, I guess technically, very technically, there is what is called demonstration.
Okay. I guess I will try to open up targeting parameters more fully so
Okay.
that I can try to reprogram it so that we're all friendly and the guards are not.
Make a computers check.
22.
A 22. With a 22, you cannot quite change the parameters. That's something that close, but even with a relatively friendly target, unable to change the parameters to make all of your allies friendly.
Okay. I will use my standard action to force my exocortex beyond its normal capacity and make another computer's check.
Okay, yeah.
Natural 20.
You were only 3 away last time, so no problem. You override that, and suddenly this creature like shuts down. You hear like the and then powers back up. And this is the kind of thing where if it had red lights before, now they're all green.
Yay!
It's beginning to like stomp off in this direction. For what it's worth, as that you do have a natural 20, are you including the prisoners within this friendly group?
Yeah, basically I want to take all of the RFIDs that were applied to the guards, place them on the prisoners and the crew,
Okay.
and then switch the guards' parameters to the prisoners.
So you're just going to have it target what it was protecting before.
Yeah, it's targeting.
And with a natural 20, you're like, and I'm going to take this number off and not have it target me.
Yeah.
And so no problem, you do that. Anything else, Shade?
Well, I figured it would keep itself as a neutral entity.
Yes, but
yeah.
you had taken an RFID
Oh,
tag
and just
off.
like reset the whole
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so
But
it's not going to target you.
cool. That's my
Much mercy,
standard
Joe.
action, my
It's a natural
exocortex
20.
action,
Normally, I would have had it attack him.
and then I guess my move action. I'm gonna start running this way to go help the rest of the group
Okay.
over here.
Yeah, he doesn't move with you.
You are now
I
friends.
just picked it up so
Yeah, he
naturally.
just follows
Skip
you
down the
around.
hallway.
He's like your pet now.
Father.
That's and then that's it.
Okay, no problem. That is your turn. That brings us to Bubs.
Bob's is gonna shout to Gibbs. Gibbs, take care of the one in front of me. I'm gonna get the one on the side. And he's going to kick off the one in front of him, like do like a wall jump by kicking off him, and then attack the one in the middle.
Love it. Make an attack roll.
That is a 15 plus 11,
Nice.
26.
26 hits. Roll damage.
But he fakes it to make it think he's gonna hit the guy in front of him.
Yeah, of course.
That is a 10
Nice.
plus 14,
Max
24.
With
Hell
the
yeah.
24, as you go to swing, first you try to like fake like you're swinging at the first person, and when they duck out of the way, you slam it into the metal and use the rebound to swing it back out forward and crush the head
Oh, I love
of
that.
who originally was this GPF officer. He is down. Having taken a lot of damage through that wall of steam, they are like slightly like boiling elements to the plastic on the outside of the armor, and then just like crushed, crumpled in faceplate.
Bubs is gonna say, "Where's your GPF bravado now when all your friends are going down?"
Okay, you yell that out at this dead guy. That is your turn, Bubs.
Yeah.
Gibbs, you hear Bubs yell that out at the corpse. What do you want to do?
So my wall of fire, wall of steam, sorry.
Yeah.
Does just to these guys inherently 1d4 additional fire damage.
Okay.
4 whole damage.
Nice. Max
That
damage.
one who is really bad, was really badly hurt as they're about to go through. There's just this little of steam, and that's just enough. It gets into the armor, and it seems to almost cook the exoskeleton within.
All right, guys, I get it. I'm gonna keep the heat down.
Just like a lobster, he goes down.
And then I realize if I keep it up, no one actually can pass through, and I know because I can track Echo's location.
You have echolocation.
Oh,
do.
God.
That if I keep this wall of
I'll go ahead
fire
and do it.
up, no one can pass through it. So I drop my concentration on it, removing it from the battlefield.
That last burst
Removing
seems to
the
almost
cozy
suck the
bug.
energy from the wall and it dissipates.
I let Ranklin pass, and I will start to move away.
Okay, no
'Cause
problem.
I'm also hurt, but so that was no actions, only my movement. 5,
Mhm.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ranklin does not move with me, but I'm no longer concentrating. So then I will use my action to attack this guy with fucking my wand, because why the fuck not?
There you go.
15?
Just flat.
16? 15 to hit? Yeah.
That is a miss, unfortunately. As you bring out the Codicus weapon, it is just not quite enough to get through this enforcer armor.
Cool. And I will swift action, unsheath my green bean can.
It's like a lightsaber for a brief moment before people's eyes adjust, and it's just
And
a
that
glowing
gives
can.
30 feet of dim light, which allows me to see what's his face.
Yeah, you
There.
can see limping this huge-headed Yosoki, Socrates. So no problem. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us
Lifelink.
to the top of the round. Lifelink. That brings us to the top of the round. To all of the inmates, Socrates is going to dash 20 feet.
Bah. He got across to the other side.
Breathing hard is Socrates at this point, but they are going. You can see this like yellow jacket just trailing behind them, and then that is everybody who is currently up and moving around from the prisoners.
Everyone's unlocked. Everything's unlocked now.
That's true. That's true. So this guy with the broken leg limps out. He like holds on, and you can hear through the bathysphere suit. Here are we, and then the robot like.
But I
you
just
could
changed
see,
the codes.
It's like right in front of him, so he just goes and just like runs back, slams the door shut, and like cowers behind
Wow.
it. The other two, however, first that one is going to emerge out. Nobody can really see them, I don't think, but it seems like they have a
Oh,
pretty
probably
good.
too.
Yeah, but
Echo would have
yeah, but Echo's not
vision.
you guys.
Yeah.
So none of
Oh,
you
well, yeah.
are able to see them. And so they are just going to turn and dash. And Bubs, they can move 60 feet. And so, Bubs, you might just see them like emerging into the dim light cast by Gibbs's lantern. And so all of a sudden, this person just appears. They're in a GPF prison outfit. They keep their head down, and they seem to be running towards where you know the solitary area to be. Mari. now is going to like burst out and like
Oh, it's good that
shove
you got
Echo
over there in
aside.
time. It was good timing.
Yep.
She is going to take 10 feet of movement, almost running straight into you, Spice.
Oh shit, she's going the wrong way.
It doesn't
okay.
matter.
With you, like in this moment, it is dark. She can't see, you can't see. And so you just feel the forearm of Mari as it collides with your neck as she attempts to shove you out of the way. She can't see you, she can't see this robot. And so her movement stops as she tries to move, and there's just people everywhere in front of her. That is her turn for the moment. That is going to bring us, with all the prisoners now gone, to Echo. Echo thrown.
Prisoners to Spice.
Yeah,
Echo has a
Spice?
natural 20, so Echo goes before Spice, but someone moved it.
Oh, I moved
Yeah,
it
Echo-
because the Echo was going after you for a
Yeah.
couple turns. Sorry.
So, yeah, because Echo was kind of like had no instructions.
Echo
So,
got a natural 20, Kara.
Yeah.
For initiative.
once.
Echo, like now that Mari's able to get out and was going to go get what Mari said, is going to blink, cast her eye down at 60 feet of exceptional vision.
Let me double check, but I think it's 60 feet in grayscale.
Yeah. So they can see with a little bit of light from behind this chaos happening down here. And they are going to first make a stealth check.
Yeah.
And then, as they actually succeed, they're going to take an attack with a hail pistol. They're within. Yeah, I think they're close enough. So they pull off a
I get
successful
the Blink 182
combat maneuver here.
Holy shit.
You're welcome. I've almost done it as
You
many
did
times as
it.
Kara has now. Okay. So they are taking. Who is it that's getting hit? It would be the guy who is technically least damage, but at this point it doesn't really matter because it's all pretty close. You watch as the one that is standing up all the way over on that side. Yeah, knock him down. Echo,
Nice.
as they turn over, and from the darkness, they cannot see Echo, but Echo can see them. They hone
Echo's
in.
moving this way.
They only need to move 10 feet forward to do that, and they're not going to take any more movement because they're waiting on Mari. But they take this shot, and from the darkness, this bolt of cold energy streaks out and pierces through the back of this GPF, who just slumps to the ground. That is Echo's turn. That brings us to Spice.
Spice, feeling Mari elbow her neck, but then also sensing that she, like, Spice is gonna know Mari's pheromones, and Spice is gonna know Mari's mind, so she's gonna reach out with her mind, but also her arms, and she's just going to hug her, and they fall over together.
Okay, no problem. So you grab onto her, almost
Mari,
knocking Mari
Spice!
down to the ground, yelling this out in the middle of the
I
dark
miss
prison.
you so much!
All of you can hear this for what it's worth.
Wasn't
Anything
it
else, Spice?
Mind?
Oh, is it mind? In the mind?
Or were you
it
saying it
would
out
be
loud,
in
too?
her mind, just because they're both Lashunta.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That she's just
Oh, I thought
No
she was
problem.
Kitsune.
So nobody hears that. No,
that's
that's
Julian.
Julian.
yeah.
So
That's also not a race.
anything else, Spice?
That's a
No,
fox
dude.
and it's a
All right, that brings us to the guards. So first, this friendly one is going to follow you, Shade.
Yay.
Clinker, clinker, clinker,
5,
clinker.
6.
Yeah, and then they're just going to move another 6 just as they head off in the direction of the nearest guard.
Did they spot that one? And see
They
that it
do.
is an
They don't
enemy?
have RFID chips the same way that the guard's armor does. And so they're not an enemy. They're just kind of a neutral party. But they continue to move. They're going to move their full distance as they are trying to wrap around towards this guy.
So is it 4 times their movement?
You know what, actually? Given the distance, they're going to go the other way because they're going to go towards the solitary confinement
So
guards.
they were about here.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So they round the corner. Socrates turns and is just like, ugh, and it's like trying to go even faster now.
But the green lights,
But it's
I
still
don't know.
green lights, right?
That's more just like in terms of like, that's funny to say. They have no lights attached
Oh, yeah,
to them.
yeah.
But that is... Is that all the guards
the
that can go?
robo.
Oh, wait, we have the 2 that are in solitary.
other robo?
Yeah, I'm going to
Did
do
it
him at
do
the
it?
end.
Oh, I thought he was friendly.
He is.
Just the one.
None of the guards
Oh,
get out.
shit.
So the one that
I
is
didn't
facing both of you...
Yeah, I mean,
You tackle Mari down to the ground, and this robot like tracks your movement as you do.
whatever.
But because they're prone, a range attack is at disadvantage.
They're not going to take a ranged attack.
I don't
This
know,
range, are you
man. I'm
kidding?
trying.
You see this huge maul swing down, or
Yeah,
you don't
I
see,
bet.
but you feel it. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, duh.
So you are going to be taking a grand total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this slams into you, and you're like, Mari, and then slam.
Like blood spurts out of
Cracks
her mouth.
into you,
Like,
yeah.
she gets slammed in the back.
That is, however, all of the remaining guards. The other ones in solitary are unable to escape, and that brings us to Shade.
Cool. Now that this one's over here,
Yep.
I'm gonna go and engage the other one.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Does he
4,
say yes?
5. Oh, as I pass by here, I'm going to use my exocortex as a move action to unlock the other set of 6, and I'm just gonna, because I remember which one there was.
6 and 7 were the other ones that had things in them.
Yeah,
Sorry, 6, 7, and 12.
and the one, is it Mari's?
7.
Yeah, Mari's had the thing.
You see 3 things within there. There is a hover skate. There is what looks like a little metal disc, and then there is what looks like a pipe bomb.
Yeah, I want that paper.
That's, yeah. So I'm gonna grab all of the belongings in that. I guess, does that count as a move action or no?
Swift action?
I would say swift action.
Swift
yeah.
action. Yeah, swift action. Scoop all that stuff up, and then I'm going to, seeing what's going on here. They're both on the ground, right? And the thing's
Yeah.
about to pummel them.
Yeah, just slam Spice in the back, winding up to do it again.
Gravity gun to pull it 10 feet away.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll. Love that.
I don't love that though. 16.
16. A 16, unfortunately, is not enough to grasp onto this creature. And as you try to pull it away, it is too intent on these 2 targets beneath.
And then let's see. That's my movement. So I think I'm at like 7.
That
here,
makes sense, yeah.
right?
One
Or,
back, I think, yeah.
7. Oop. And then that's it for me.
There you go, Shade. Bubs, what would you like to do? At the moment, none of the guards around you are currently up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just move as close as I can to attack this guy robot. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Can I do
Dash?
Yeah, what is a dash? Is it double or 4 times?
I think it's 4 times, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been
So,
doing double.
5, 10,
Whatever.
15,
When you dash, you can go
25,
far in
30,
Starfinder.
It's 4 times, yeah.
50, 55, 60.
But
so-
that's like full action.
Yeah, I can
This-
just make it.
Would this guy have gone full action dash? Because that would have been double.
No, and
his-
and very pointedly, that's part of their programming
they're
is they
just
don't
walking.
because they store. You've seen the reaction.
Yeah.
They store that reaction.
I like go over and I jump over Spice and Mari and kind of just like do like a slide into the ground and just like do like a head nod to Mari, like what's up?
Okay, in the pitch black.
He's
So
this
that is what you were doing. No problem. Bubs, that brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, down in this corner, you watch as Ranklin. Oh, sorry, I didn't move Ranklin. Could you move Ranklin? They would get right up next to you probably. And as they're moving and they're going with you, they're looking to you like they're looking for some kind of a semblance of a plan out of you probably.
Yeah.
But they haven't said anything.
Great. Oh, is it my turn?
Yep.
So I will tell them in the darkness. You know, fuck it. Wait, mind link's such a waste in this situation in combat. So I
Well,
will.
it's only combat with 1, and Bubs probably has got it.
What are you doing, Gibbs?
technically
Fine.
kill the. Still
I will
one of them
mind
would break
link
out.
with Ranklin to divulge the entirety of the plan. Also, knowing once I mind link with this guy, I
Yep.
sort of get a general gist of his like stats and shit. So I'm like, he's fucking slow, like, and I like express the concern through the mind link.
Who are you mind linking with?
With Ranklin?
Okay, so you're not really getting much from the other individual.
No, but because I lifelink with them, I get like their general status. So
Okay,
when I
yeah,
saw
general
him,
status. I
yes.
gotcha.
So when I lifelink with, because
I thought you said stats. That's why I was confused.
no, I get his like status,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
gotcha.
able to like, and I can also see him and like know enough about like body mechanics to see that he's fucking slow.
Yes.
So I expressed to Ranklin that the plan that we have is time sensitive to get through the like.
Yeah, you tell him the plan.
Yeah, I tell him the plan. I'm
Tell him
like,
the plan.
It's on the plane.
tell him the plan.
Sure.
He did the
You
plan.
explode the plan into his mind in like this brief moment. As he catches up, you like grab his head and just burst it in. You see his eyes almost glow for a second with this like neural input. And then he like shakes his head away and he just goes, "Don't worry, we can deal with that."
Cool. And I swift action give him a cunnilingus gun,
Nice.
and then use my movement to get closer to all the people who are fucking hurting.
Okay. So you can see he thumbs off the safety you put in his hands, and even though this isn't his weapon, it's very natural in his hand.
Cool. So I give him that, and
No
I'll give
problem.
you that card.
Okay.
There you go.
So you arm yet another Yosoki. Gibbs is basically an arms dealer, but
Yeah,
no
what?
problem.
It's more like an arms
a
charity.
non-profit
Yeah, arm dealers make money.
You're an
Arms
NPO.
charity.
But I like again giving Ranklin because I have 10 minutes to tell him everything about like there's guards.
What are you
and, like,
telling him about Sitsu?
Sitsu? Oh, you know, I'll tell him like generally the bargain
Okay.
and like a brief bibliography about who the fuck we are and why we're the fuck we're. 10 minutes is a long fucking time.
Yeah. But as long as you're telling him like, okay, we made this deal with the scab or with the Ruby Eyes. You like we're helping you right now, and you're gonna
Yeah,
help us.
and I also tell him about the fucking bomb that's gonna go off in like 10 seconds or whatever it is. Like,
It's only been like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
okay, whatever. I tell him,
Not
I
even.
give him as much information I can possibly divulge that I think
that's
would be
fast.
useful and related, and also a little bit of just like emotional flavor
in
about
this,
like.
yeah, no worries.
But that's-
and so in this brief burst that happens, he says, you know, like they have a plan for that, and as you like give him all of this information, he turns in the pale green glow. You can see he is smiling wide, and he says, "We were already getting ready to break out, but we're going to have a great time with you." And he like
like
puts
that.
one
Can I
little
insight
paw up
check
for a
that?
high five.
Oh yeah, fuck, never mind. I love high fives.
And just slaps you on the paw.
Total gifts.
If anyone else was
high
the dark
five.
He turns and he just says, "Socrates, we're getting out of here." And you can see Socrates just like nodding and just sweating profusely.
Socrates is
I have
definitely
no
Charles
more
Xavier,
weapons.
and Magneto is Frank.
The whole point of
Anyhow,
having them.
Gibbs, that is your turn.
Yeah, movement, action, swift action, give gun. Yeah, I'm good.
Top of the round, Echo is going to. Well, everybody died, and Mari's going to do that thing. So Echo is going to follow Mari and Spice and Bubs and just kind of hold an action until they're able to actually get close enough to shoot. That is Echo. That brings us to you, Spice.
Spice.
Sorry. The prisoners. Socrates.
No worries.
Socrates now able to finally get
gets
up to these vents.
just to-
There is slamming happening. There's slamming happening, but he turns. Ranklin is also going to move up there, and both of them there together. Ranklin's not going to leave Socrates behind. So, yeah, but mostly in terms of they're right next to each other, he's not going to go further, even though he could.
Probably
So that is them.
give-
Sorry, Spice. What do you want to do?
Given how creepy that was.
Let's see. Do I recognize if this has a creature of CR 4 or higher?
You have no idea.
Just give it a whirl.
Yeah, just hit.
All right,
just
Spice
hit.
is
It's
just
the last
going
one.
to be like, get off of Mari, and be like, gotta finish this one thing real quick. Unarmed strike, just uppercut this robot. And
Punching
that
robots.
does it. In the nut. Like,
I think you
Oh,
need
go for the
That's-
groin.
rock
even
them,
though-
stop them.
Yeah.
it probably doesn't hurt.
Nice. I like that one. Nice. That's fucking great.
Yeah, let's see, the 21.
21 hits,
Nice.
absolutely.
It's the fucking
Right in
This
the
moment,
robot
You
meds.
turn and you say, I have to deal with this one thing real quick, and you uppercut a robot in its groin.
Oh, well, 8 bludgeoning damage.
So, I mean, that's a lot of damage.
For unarmed strike, that's
Slam!
Yeah.
And it rings through. Your fist hurts. It's almost like you feel micro cracks and bones. But, I mean, 8 damage is 8 damage. That's a lot of damage to a robot with a punch.
Shows all the bones just like.
Yeah, exactly.
Bub sees Spice like physically fight with her hands, and he thinks back to like when they were sparring, and he's like, "Nice."
Anything else, Spice?
I taught her that one.
and steel top me.
I
When in
don't
doubt,
know.
go
Can
for the
I
wrong.
like stand behind somebody for cover? Cause she's like bleeding out her nose.
Probably
and her ears.
Echo.
I mean, kinda. You could try to like move behind Echo.
Well, also
You
Bubs
also
is in
know
front of
Yeah.
you.
Gibbs is a light. Gibbs hasn't shielded her light, so she's 30 feet of light, and you know Gibbs is there.
Well, if
Yeah.
I've learned anything, is that moving away from this is going
Oh.
to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Bubs
that's
is
going to
Bubs
kill
is
me.
in between you.
Yeah.
So you're not in. Well, they'd have to go.
You
through
have
Bubs
no
to
idea
engage.
what's going to happen. So what would you like to do, Spice?
She just goes.
Okay, no problem. You duck,
That's
taking
the
the safer alternative, and that does bring us to the guards. This robot is going to probably swing at you, Bubs, because
Oh,
you
yeah.
did just leap
Yeah.
over like that. That is definitely going to hit, I think.
We'll see.
That is going to be a 32.
Yeah, that hits.
And so with a 32, that is going to be
Why the silence?
13 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as it slams into you. The other robot is going to now close 30 feet, turns, and then is going to go an additional 30 feet and is going to end up right in front of one of the two GPF held doors.
Oh no, he's gonna
And-
free him by accident.
No, he's gonna murder them.
Yeah, by accident also free him.
Does anybody, no, nobody can hear this. Never mind.
Franklin and
Yeah, but none of
Socrates
you
can
guys can hear this,
You
so
definitely
no
accidentally free
worries.
him.
That is
murder him.
the robot's turn. The guards are going to attempt to free themselves.
Please free yourself
8 and
into
a
the
16.
door. And
Yay!
So they're
He's-
not
he's-
getting
he's
out.
failing.
That is the guards. That brings us to you, Shade.
Cool. I'm gonna attempt to, I guess, pull this dude again back towards me.
Make an attack roll.
With my. And now that I have hacked into the other one, would I know enough about this model to be able to use my wireless hack distracting hack?
You could attempt it. I mean, you could have attempted that before. It's a
Right.
high DC.
All right. Well, I'll make
Just
that. yeah.
like base, it's a high
Yeah,
DC. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna use my exocortex
Yeah.
distracting hack.
Go
on this
for
to
it.
try and make it a flat-footed. That's not gonna work. That's a 17.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, even knowing a little bit about this doesn't help quite so much.
All right, still gonna
Gravity gun.
hit him. Yeah, pull with the gravity gun. That's gonna be a 21 against EAC.
21 against EAC, that hits.
All right, I'm gonna opportunity attack.
Forced movement does not.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, we talked about this before. So forced movement does not provoke an attack of opportunity unless you are the person who is forcing it, I believe.
I thought for both our builds it does.
Double check. I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm pretty sure we check. But if it does, we can roll the attack of opportunity. No worries.
And then I guess I'm just gonna use my move action to go to the next one,
Okay.
and swift action grab the stuff in that one as well.
Okay.
Which is
So the
I think,
next one.
7 and then 8 and then 12 is the last one.
You
that has
did, and
stuff.
you grab stuff out of 7, right?
Yeah, I grabbed Mari's stuff.
So yeah, in that you can bring you can add to your inventory one pair of hover skates, one
Yeah, I think they
pipe
do.
device.
I got
Okay,
those,
you already
yeah.
got those.
Yeah, so I'm
So
getting
then-
the one next to it. That's
The one
8.
next to it, 8 is empty. The
Or-
one next to it that has something in it is 12.
Oh, I thought it was 7, 8, 12 on that side that had stuff.
7, 8, and 12. 8 is empty. It should
Oh,
have
okay.
stuff. But you also saw that file had a dash in it, and they were in an intake period. They probably don't have belongings.
Okay,
Yeah, it,
cool.
it
Then
definitely
yeah.
does because I've like looked up builds for it. I'm like reading it right here too. Also,
Yeah, as long as you're reading it right there,
Yeah.
totally cool. So make your attack of opportunity.
kill this guy.
that's
Nice.
a 15 plus 11, 26.
26 hits.
Nice. Sweet. That's a 3 plus 14,
17.
17.
17.
Yep.
So you hit, and this thing begins to spark badly, but still very much
Yeah.
up.
And then, so I guess I'll be, is this roughly where 12 is then?
Yeah, like right around there, maybe 5 feet for like a little bit closer. But so reaching into 12, the first thing that your arms find, there is a ceramic. It looks like a figure 8, but you recognize that this is a weapon from the kind of sort of stuff. And then you remember you read there was an infinity rifle, and this is probably what that is. And this is in fact an infinity rifle advanced. There is also a small cred stick, and then folded neatly in the very back, there is a set of Formidian hide armor. But you can add any of that to your inventory that you like.
It's temp leave.
Yeah.
Literally what I asked her. I don't know if you could hear it, but I said,
No, I
I
know,
like
I just
10,
know.
please.
That's
Yeah.
That is your turn.
No,
That brings us to you, Bubs. What do you want to do?
I'm going to attack it, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to reach my hammer behind its head and then uppercut it. And slam my knee forward with it.
Yeah, go
Like
for
you
it.
did to the table.
Yes.
Nice.
15 again.
Yeah, that hits. So as Shade rips it away, you swing the hammer around and almost pin it into the wall. You let go of the hammer, slide your hands along the shaft, and then using that shortened momentum, swing it around in a backhand to crush it.
Nice.
Roll damage on
That
it?
is 22 damage.
22 points of damage?
Yeah.
Bubs, tell us how it happened.
Oh my god!
It's your birthday!
I was so nervous I wasn't gonna make it.
Happy birthday!
Bubs does that maneuver that you just said.
Yeah.
And then it's like on the floor twitching and stuff, and Bubs just slams his hammer right into it and like mushes it around. And then he lights up a cigarette. And then he just turns to Spice and Mari and go, "What's up? I'm Bubs."
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the worst. Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. There it is.
So you slam the hammer down, and Spice next to you, though you can't quite see what's
The
happening.
glow of the hammer is probably.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah, but the last one I
Cool.
probably turn it on.
So you activate the hammer as you bring it down. As you slam this in, you see the magma begin to hiss and sizzle as it burns the metal components away. And in the light, you can see with these huge gauntlets on that make her hands like 4 times the size that they normally are, you see Mari. This individual from your childhood, this Lashunta with now dyed lilac hair. She has all kinds of, at first you think they're scars, like battle scars or something, but there's an intentionality behind it. There are implants, certainly. And as you see, like these huge gloves that seem to have some kind of an electromagnetic field around them, probably meant to keep some of those implants from working. But at this moment, she turns, and in this light, you can see her eyes widen as they see you for the first time in years. And because it is 9:45, and because you are now coming out of combat, this is where we're going to end for the evening. But for the moment, you have all survived. There are still 2 trapped GPF. There is still an escape to make, although Socrates seems to have a plan.
Still thinks that they're in jail.
But thank you for hanging out with us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. Everybody lived. The stealth
Just
mission
barely.
into the prison did
Holy
not
shit.
quite stay stealthy. However, you survived.
Barely. Shit. That
Happy
was a close
Dan
one.
Day!
And yeah.
Happy
birthday.
Nadyad for Dan. I like that. Nadyad. We'll celebrate Nadyad again next year. But so thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be playing Courts of Everest, our D&D campaign, the 7th session. And then following that, next week, we're going to be playing No Starfinder on Thursday. Very sadly, we have people out of town. We have people doing real life stuff. And so next Thursday, we will not be here. However, I think what I will do is I am going to upload and then put as a replay, although it has never aired on Twitch, the
What was
original
there?
Mosaic one-shot,
Nice.
The Diner and the Drift. So next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., you can tune in for a replay. It will not be live. It is a rebroadcast from from Third Party Con's convention stream. But that is going to be something that you can check out next Thursday. And then D&D as normal. So please stay safe until then. It is crazy out there. We'll see you next week.
See
Bye.
you, Space Boy.
Bye.